I could tweet it.
One of the best seats. Oh yeah. I was like,
I was in the dark, cause you was in the wall, but I'll never be quite the same. It's a white lies like I was there.
Hello, you guys. Welcome to the Cynic Cave. Thank you for coming to our last show. We've been having so much fun. Thank you for supporting live comedy on the last day of live comedy ever. No, just kidding. There's like 4 more shows here, but this is the last like Cynic Cave. The Cynic Cave. The fucking flagship show. I can't think of a thing. How are you guys? Woo! I am also woo. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling empowered as shit. I recently lost it on a cat collar. You can cheer for that because normally I just apologize. They're like, ah, and I'm like, oh, sorry, and run away. Not this time. Your girl Mick took the reins and chased a 14-year-old Mexican boy and his 2 friends down Mission Street. Feminism 2016. I'm not sure what made me snap, but my working theory is that the number of guys who've thrown up the cunnilingus sign at me has finally outnumbered the number of guys who've gone down on me. And it unlocked a glitch in the Matrix, and I was just like, fuck you, motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you! So now I'm buying a gun, because running sucks. I'm excited about the gun, too. My stance on gun control is that only women should be allowed to own them. And then I'll get to wear all the short skirts I want! I'm excited. Like, I'll quit comedy and just kill street harassers full time. There's no way it pays worse than comedy. Just me and my gun out on the road, killing street harassers. Just becoming a modern day folk hero. Like Johnny Appleseed or Eileen Warnos, you know? All right, not a lot of Warnos head in the crowds. That's fine. No Warren hose. That's okay. Let's talk about some other stuff because I only have like 4 more minutes here. We've got a packed show of so many good comics. I'm so excited. So let's get into it. I'm half black, which means that both white and black women try to touch my hair without asking. Gotta let them. It's weird being biracial. It's like being like if an Arnold Palmer was a person. The drink, not the golfer. He is a person. I'm half white. I still know about golfers, okay? But the drink, because you cannot judge an Arnold Palmer by tea standards or by lemonade standards. You just have to appreciate it for what it is, which is better than its component parts. I'm just saying, if you're 100% something, you're going to die one day, and people like me are going to take your place. I can't fucking wait. Time magazine says in 150 years, everyone's going to be mixed race. Fucking fuck yes. Do you know what that means? That means we're the next stage in human evolution. And I thought that I made that up, but it turns out Magneto from the X-Men says that like all the time. Trying to say biracial people have powers. It's the power to feel out of place in literally any group of people. I can't wait till it's all us, though. Minorities are the only ones that are allowed to say that anymore. I can't wait till it's all us. White people tried in the 30s. It did not work. But I can't wait. I'm doing everything I can to make it happen. But right now, I'm so single, I don't even watch porn on incognito mode. So making that happen is just taking the form of making way too aggressive eye contact with interracial couples on the street. So I'm to know they're doing the Lord's work, you know? But they're walking by and I pop out all crazy-eyed and I'm just like, yeah, make more me's! They're like, honey, hold my hand. I'm like, yeah, hold her hand, then fuck her, make more me's. I'm pretty sweaty about it. But if you don't want that to happen, you stay out of Oakland. I don't know. I want it to happen. I can't wait till it's all us. I feel like at this point in my life, the only reason I would have kids is to slowly breed out the white race. Those of you that aren't laughing, were you unaware that you guys are garbage? You're ruining everything. No, it's not me. It's you. I don't want it, like, I want it to happen, but I don't want to get, like, gross and pregnant and shit. So I have a super good plan. Here's my plan. I'm going to donate my eggs. This is what that looks like. It's like a Keurig machine, just like, donate my eggs. And lie on the egg donation form. Check Caucasian, not check everything else, wink. Because what is white privilege for if not secretly manufacturing reinforcements for the upcoming race war? If you're not using your white privy for that, you are fucking up. So in 30 years, my secret quadroon children, I'm allowed to call them that, they're mine. And it's the proper nomenclature. But they're going to be like, well, I'm white, let me go on Ancestry.com or get that cheek swabby thing. Both of those things are so white. Black people know the records end at 1865. It's a waste of fucking money. But they get the cheek swabby thing, and then they get their results back. And they're like, fucking what? I'm a quarter black, how did that even? What's that noise? And it's old ass me on a mountaintop with a conch shell. And I'm just like, and then my secret mulatto army raises up, and that's when the revolution happens. Just kidding, guys. The race war is coming way sooner than that. Watch the news. That's the first time anyone's been on board for that last part. You're like, oh, reality makes me sad. It's okay, it makes me sad too. But it's all right. I feel guilt, like I get to say all this because I look like a white lady. If it was a black guy, you'd be like, oh, what's going on my phone? But it's me, and you're like, I love Amy Schumer. I hope this is irreverent. Totally is. You got your money's worth. Say all this. I look white. I feel guilty about looking white. I feel weird about it. Like, I hazed people in college, and I feel less guilty about that than I do about looking white. I hazed them good, too. They were totally part of the group after. But I feel like that white guilt is probably the whitest part of me. But then I remember that I played ultimate frisbee in college for 4 years and coached for 2. And that is probably, actually no, the whitest part of me is the part of me that's like, well, I'm also like a 16th Cherokee. No, don't say that. Nothing says I'm white. Like, I'm Native American. Where are my accolades? Oh, they're all dead? Okay, cool. That's been my TED Talk on race relations in America through the lens of a white lady. I've been Allison Mick. You guys have been wonderful. I'm going to be your host for this first hour. I got through my host set without crying, but am I going to cry during this? Probably. I'm so excited you guys are here and we can share all these wonderful comics that have graced this stage with you. The first of which is one of my favorite people on earth. He's one of the funniest comedians out there. Everyone give it up for the hilarious David Borey.
Keep it going for Alice. I finally honed in on why I hate nerds. I was talking to this dude the other day, and he described himself as a blurred, a black nerd. And I was like, fuck that! It's an exclusionary culture. There's no other job these days that you have to say I'm a blank. Beside like a black blank. There's no other, does that make sense? Like, you don't have to be like, I'm a black tax attorney. But you gotta say I'm a blurred and I don't like it. It's exclusionary. That's what the whole culture is based on. Buying things, and I don't like it. Is this a bunch of nerds? I don't give a shit. I think this is a clever premise. I just think about it. Like, I feel like and black people are getting included into nerds now, but it's like we go to Charles Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters, but we're bussed in. Does that make sense? Like, we still don't live in the neighborhood. Some type of government program your mom had to apply for when she found out you made the microwave explode. I don't know who's gonna lead us out of, like, I think that we need a civil rights nerd guy. And I feel like Neil deGrasse Tyson is the one to do it. We have a strong history of civil rights black men with 3 names. George Washington Carver. Martin Luther King. The other 2 things were just titles. And finally, last but not least, OJ the Juice Man. I thought none of you were gonna laugh at that. And then you all did. That rules. I got in the lift the other day because I'm very tech savvy. No big deal. I got in the lift and it was a white woman driving the lift, an older white woman. It was a van. I get in the van. The lady looks back at me, super judgmental, which is like, I don't think warranted. I don't look like a bad guy. I was wearing basically this. But she looked back at me, she looked me up and down, and she said, "Do you mind Christian music?" And she said it so shitty that I was like, no, turn it up! And I'm riding around in this car listening to BB Mac. And in my head, I'm like, why are you doing this, David? Is this the hill you want to die on? Turns out it was. So I raised the stakes on her ass. I started pretending like I knew the words. And it was while pantomiming, Lord, I lift your name on high, in the back of a woman's Astro van, that I realized that Christian music is the reason that I don't believe in God. Because if you're so great, why is your music so shitty? You convinced your only son to die for our sins, but you can't convince Kanye West to drop a beat? Get the fuck out of here. It's with that knowledge that I am proud to tell you guys that as of January 1st, 2016, David Bory is officially fucking with the devil. I thought about it. It only made sense. It's the only way to go. I know a ton of Christian losers. I don't know anyone who openly fucks with the loser that is that openly fucks with the devil that is a loser. People who openly fuck with the devil are the greatest. Think about it. Ozzy Osbourne. Pete Rose in his own way. My neighbor Daryl. Saw that guy kickflip a shopping cart. It was incredible. This is not gonna work. I like people whose names sound like racial slurs. Does that make sense? Like when Allison was like, "Oh, Mick got the reins," I was like, that would be a different thing 100 years ago. I just think it's funny when your name sounds like a racial slur, and it's because this is the funniest thing to me. I think this is the funniest joke. You know, if your name is Edward, it sounds like people are saying N-word, obviously. And I just imagine, if this has happened, this is the funniest dude in the world. It's a black guy named Edward. And somebody comes up to him and they're like, "Hey, what's going on, Edward?" He's like, "For the last time, my name is nigger." This is the funniest thing I've ever thought of. Look, all these jokes you saw, they were shit. You remember anything from tonight? You remember that Edward nigger joke? How funny would that be if you saw that? Just like at a coffee shop? Like two people are breaking up. And she's like, "I have to leave you, Edward." And he's like, "I'm nigger, bitch." Anyways, I just want to say I've had so much fun down here with you guys. What you did for the comedy community was so great, and I really appreciate it. I feel like I learned a lot of good stuff about myself and comedy down here, and it's a shame to see it go, but I'm so proud of you. Onward and upward, guys. I've been David Bory. Thank you.
One more time for David Bory. Fucking love that guy. Let's keep that energy going for your next comic. He's also super fucking funny. You're gonna love him. Everyone give it up for Matt Lee.
Thank you, Allison. How are you guys doing? Yeah, this is it. This is all over. I've been running a Thursday show here for 3 years, and now this is it. This is it. The video store is finally ending, and now what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to comedy now? Where will comedy go? I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm afraid for what's going to happen in this city. I'm leaving this city. I've already moved. I've moved down south into my parents' house in Los Angeles. I know it sucks there. Specifically at my parents' house, it sucks. The rest of the city's okay. I mean, you know, give or take. But here's where my heart is. This is where I grew as a comedian, and the fact that this place has never once caught fire and killed every single audience member is a miracle. A miracle that we continue to survive every day. I a little bit feel like we should burn this motherfucker down, because why not? Do we really need the last 5 shows here? This is, I feel like we just keep extending how long this fucking thing is gonna hold. The water is leaking from the ceiling as we speak. Fuck it, burn it down. Let them try to rebuild it. Put a fucking Apple store in here. Fucking tired of it. Fuck this city. Y'all still live here? Idiots, move to my parents' house, you fucking morons! The city is over! Sucks now. I saw a protest of 4 white dudes with signs, and I got closer to see what it was, because I have not seen that small a tentative of a protest in a while. And they were dudes from the anti-male circumcision movement. Did you guys know that there is an anti-male circumcision movement in this country, and they want their dick skin back? It's really strange, because they were holding up signs that said, like, you know, circumcision reduces penis sensitivity in men. It was a really long sign. And I was just looking at these dudes, and I was like, how dope is your life that this is the issue that you choose to spend your time protesting? Like, in this day and age of Black Lives Matter protests and reproductive rights, police brutality, there's a group of dudes out there who are like, fuck that! I don't come so good. This is the issue we need to fix first. First the orgasms, then equal pay for men and women. It's really fucking weird. It was really strange seeing it. Just because, like, I'm circumcised. You got any men who are circumcised in this room? Yeah, okay. So I'm circumcised as well. And, like, dick sensitivity. What? Like, I don't know about you, but, like, if my dick were any more sensitive, it would be the lead singer of an emo band. You know what I mean? It would be like reciting poetry by candlelight. It would have its own liberal arts degree. That's what it would be. So sensitive. Fuck that. Bunch of dick nerds, dude. They are. They're dick nerds. They're like, don't remove it from its original packaging or it's worthless. Fucking idiots. Subtly anti-Semitic, too, blaming their Jews for their weird dicks. It is subtly anti-Semitic. There's a bunch of conspiracy theories about it. That's what it is. It's a bunch of weird conspiracy theories about doctors lying and, like, using the dick skin for face lotion. I'm not making this up. I know this because I wrote a joke about anti-circumcision on Twitter, and they were after me. They were like, here's some information we made up. And, like, it was all memes and shit. They get their information from memes. They're like, fuck science, it's memes time. It's time for memes. I looked it up. I was interested. I was like, you know, I've never heard these claims about circumcision causing problems. So I looked it up, and the science said, according to, like, studies done by universities, that there's no difference between the circumcised and uncircumcised penises in terms of dick sensitivity. So really, this movement is made up with a bunch of dudes with erectile dysfunction, and they don't know who to blame. They had 1 or 2 bad orgasms in a row, and they're like, Jews! Like, that's their fucking issue. Tired of it. Tired of the anti-Semitism. rampant. Oh, I'm gonna miss this place so much. I've talked about anti-Semitism in this room so much. Oh God, that's all I talk about. Jeremy's heard every last word of it, man. I'm gonna miss my old neighborhood, the Haight-Ashbury district. Yeah, you don't have to do that. It's a shithole too. It's all these homeless hippie kids every day. It's like living inside of a Fish concert. That's what it's like. Guys are like, "Can I get $1? It's good karma." That's what they say. It's good karma. And I used to do it for that reason until my friend, he said to me, he's like, "Matt, that's not what karma means." He said, karma has to do with reincarnation. It means if you're doing well right now, that's because in a previous life, you were a good person. Which conversely means if you are doing shitty right now, that's because in a previous life, you were a piece of shit. As it turns out, karma is like the worst bit of victim-blaming dogma that has ever existed. It means if you actually believe in karma and you see a homeless person, you don't give them money. You just go up to them like, my, how the tables have turned. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. You deserve this, bro. And they're like, spare change. And you're like, nice try, Hitler. And then you run away. That's what karma means. Don't believe the hype. All right, guys, I've been Matt Lee. Thank you so much.
Matt Lee, let him hear it one more time. Oh. You guys, I fucking love this place, not only as someone who's performed here and booked shows here, but as like an audience member. This next comic, when I saw her the first time, fucking blew my mind, and I'm excited to watch her blow yours. Everyone give it up for the hilarious Megan Keister.
Infinite jest, more like infinite book. That thing is long, you guys. Am I right, huh? Let me open up my particular part of the show with a trigger warning. Trigger warning. Wow, wow, wow. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. In real life, there's no such thing as a trigger warning. So not only will my entire set be about rape, it will be about your rape, specifically. I know what that guy did in that attic in 1994, and I'm the only one with the guts to talk about it. Some of you may find a problem with me telling a rape joke, but guess what? I can, because I've been raped, because I'm a woman on Earth. It's okay, we can laugh again, America. It's the end of the world as I know it, and I feel like going outside, waiting the requisite amount of time until I can procure a gun, and just shooting like the dog that they are everyone in San Francisco who has even thought of making an app. I'm gonna go out systematically, one by one. Guess what? Violence solves problems. That's the thing no one's talking about. How much violence solves problems? If I seem a little harried, it's for a legitimate reason. Right before I got up here, I just got off the phone with my agent. And he informed me that not only have I aged out of being able to play Mark Maron's girlfriend in an episode of Maron, the comedy drama in which he can't even competently perform as himself. I've also aged out of being able to get jerked off in front of by Louis C.K. So, wow. I'm just kidding, you guys. I don't have an agent. Happy 2016, what the fuckers. It's brand new year. It's a new year blessings, new forgivings, new reckonings. It's going to be it. It's going to be lit, fam. Am I going to pander to you like Hillary Clinton and talk like I'm not 32 years old? Yes, I am. Let's get it poppin', squad. Let's get it poppin', squad. Oh, I'm sorry. Do I not make enough Drake references for you? Guess what? I'm a fucking adult and my brain is fully developed. But let's get back to the developed bit, shall we? 2015, it's going to be lit, fam, dude. I can tell 2015, it's going to be, it's Nostradamus comedy right up here. I'm going to tell you, 2016 is going to be the year Oprah loses the weight, you guys. I can tell 2016 is going to be the year Oprah loses the weight. 2017 is going to be the year that Oprah acknowledges that Gayle King is definitely her life partner. Because here's the thing. You don't hire someone to become the editor-in-chief of a publication that not only has your face, but your name on it every month without getting them to eat you out. That doesn't happen. Period. End of discussion. Los Angeles Magazine editor-in-chief Mary Melton, you know how she got that job? She ate William Mulholland out. I'm sorry, does the LA material work? Or does it not work? Or is it the fact that I'm making reference to the editor-in-chief of Los Angeles Magazine? Is that where I lost you? What if I said hotline bling? What if I said catch me on Snapchat? I'm not an infertile divorcee. It's lit. Recently I had my credit card stolen. Can't say it's my first rodeo, obviously. Because, again, yeah, America's a crumbling empire. Wake up, sheeple. But I got my credit card stolen, and the thing that's so frustrating, this is what always happens when someone steals my credit card, is they use it at Walmart. And it's like, you went through the rigmarole of not only stealing my credit card number, finding the number on the fucking back. I don't even know the number on the back. And nothing is more indicative of the fact that America's lost its ability to dream than using that information at Walmart. Like, you couldn't even go to fucking Target. Go to Saks. Come on, get yourself a handbag. You fucking earned it. You know what I mean? Can't wait for Donald Trump to make America great again. Speaking of the election, hey, it's evergreen stuff because we're probably going to die before the election actually happens. I personally resent the fact that I'm told to vote for Hillary Clinton just because I got a chaunch, you know. Because if it was voting with this bad boy, you know, the whole time, Bachman would be running this bitch. You know what I mean? And I get it, it's lit, fam, whatever, it's cool. You know, Hillary Clinton's supposed to be cool because Yoko Ono ate her out, or whatever. I get it. But here's the thing. Yoko Ono ate out a bunch of terrible people. You know what I mean? Like, child abandoning, wife beating, middle of the road rocker, John Lennon. Yeah, she ate him out. What I'm trying to say is it should have been wings the entire time. It should have been wings the entire time. You want to fight me? Like I said, violence solves problems. Do it. Strong closer. How do I close strong when I opened so strong? You love me. This is the only place on earth I feel safe. Of course it's dying. You know what I mean? What am I going to do when I'm not laying on Jeremy's, you know, very nice couch? What am I going to do? Jesus Christ, I have the rest of my life to figure that out. Remember when I said infinite jest, more like infinite book? That was pretty funny, Keister. I am a woman, as you can tell by the fact that I am wearing the mask of the patriarchy, and by which I mean to say this, and I got these or whatever. So I'm just going to get off stage before I start crying. It's not weakness, it's strength!
One more time for Megan Keister. Oh. Love her so much. I also neglected to mention, give it up for our bartender, Jeremy. No, Jeremy. All right. Half the comics on this show are staying on his couch. Your next comic's staying on my couch, though. And we give it up for Brandy Posey.
Allison, Nick, everybody. Fuck yes. I was walking around the Mission earlier today because I just want to soak it up, because once this place is gone, I'm never fucking coming here again. It's not gonna goddamn happen. And a woman came up to me, and I brought this up because I wanted to read it. I wanted to get it exactly right. She came up to me and she said, "Excuse me, do you have a minute to hear about my one-woman clown rap show that deconstructs dementia?" And I think that's how you win San Francisco bingo. I think that's it. It's checked every box across the way, and I was like, oh, no, I think I won. What do I win? And then she licked me. And I was like, how do you get rid of Juggalo AIDS? I don't know what to do with this right now. It's really intense. I washed my hand off. I went to the bathroom next door at this fucking place you pay $5 for a cup of coffee. And I was also peed, and I went and I looked to where there should be toilet paper, and there was none. So then I looked to where the extra toilet paper should be, and it was not there. And in its place were 7 vintage copies of Dante's Inferno. And that's the definition of gentrification. That's it. It's just like taking something useful and replacing it with something aggressively interesting because you have no goddamn personality of your own. And I was like, I'm wiping my fucking ass with pages out of classical literature, and then they were all glued together because it's fucking useless. It's useless to be here. Really bummer. Guys, also San Francisco, I don't know if you know this or not, but 49ing is just 69ing when somebody's sitting in a chair. Think about it. Every time you watch a football game, fucking think about it. I don't like football because we're killing people with it, and then those people are killing other people. We're beating the shit out of them, which they shouldn't do. To the point that I don't even watch the fucking Puppy Bowl because, guys, the thing we're not talking about are the puppy concussions that are happening. Think about that. They aren't even wearing helmets. These puppies are out there in the Puppy Bowl getting puppy CTE, and that's how you make a puppy OJ. That's how you make a puppy OJ. God damn. We don't want a puppy Nicole. We don't want it. Stop watching football. That's all I'm saying. I'm very emotional standing up here right now. I love this place so much. It's going to be really sad when it's gone. That wasn't a joke. I travel a lot for comedy, obviously, and I was in Philadelphia recently, and I was staying with a friend, because when you do this, you don't get paid very often, so you look for the small comforts. And I was staying with a friend whose husband has like a real job, and he they went to the Cape Cod, so I was like house sitting for them, so I got to watch 2 cats, and that's the life of a comic. You're like, all right, that's cool. So I was like watching these 2 cats, and I went to sleep that night, like in West Philadelphia, and not born and raised, but millennial. I have to acknowledge the reference. Gotta always acknowledge it. So I was like going to sleep, and then the door handle started moving up and down, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I'm the kind of person that, like, if you're gonna come at me, I want to look you in the goddamn eye. So I was like, if this is a motherfucking rapist, I'm gonna shoot fire from my heart and take him down a notch before something happens. And then I opened the door, and it was a tiny calico that was just sitting there with its tail moving backwards and forwards, just staring at me. And I was like, fair enough, rapist cat, fair enough. That was intense. So I went to college in Philly, and it was kind of rough for me. It was like a hard, depressing time. So getting to do comedy there was great. And I walked out on the balcony the next morning. So I was like, I'm doing the thing I love in a city that tried to kill me. Fuck yeah, this is great. And when I walked out, the door behind me shut and locked me on this balcony in Philadelphia. And while I was out there, I couldn't get the door open, and nobody else lived in the condominium complex yet, so it was brand new. So it felt like I was in the zombie apocalypse, and everybody else was dead, and the way that I died is I got locked on a fucking balcony like an idiot in a sitcom. Just are you kidding me? And then I looked back, and this cat was just sitting staring at me, and I was like, do your shitty little trick. Do your shit trick. And then it just stood up, showed me its asshole, and walked away from me. You know, when a cat says fuck you, from the inside of itself, it just showed me everything inside of it. And I was like, Jesus, it's fucked up. So I called the locksmith, and this guy came out, and he couldn't get the door open because it was a fancy key, key fob thing. And I was like, you have one job, dude. You fucking smith locks. That's what you do. That's what you do. I'm yelling at him. And then this contractor that was working on a condo a couple doors over from me, he heard me yelling at the locksmith, and he popped his head out. And he was just like, hey, are you okay over there? And I was like, no, I'm locked in a balcony because I'm an idiot. I'm locked in a balcony. And then it's as if he had taken all of the parkour Groupon classes possible. He just parkoured his way easily onto my balcony, and he got there. And he pulled out a knife, and he just jimmied the door open in 3 seconds. And I was like, oh God, I hope you're a good person. You ever see somebody and you're like, you should take an extra second to do this. It's like when you get Taco Bell and the food is ready for you immediately, it's hold it for 30 seconds. Just hold it. So I can pretend that it's not just poison in a gun. Can I just pretend that for a minute? So he walked inside, and he was like, oh, man, you're okay. You're all right now? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine, dude. You're like my knight in shining armor.
He's like, I'm not a knight in shining armor. I'm just a goof in a tinfoil hat. And that is why you should hold your middle class as tight to you as you possibly fucking can. Because that is some blue collar shit. And Tim Ferriss is never gonna do anything like that because he's too busy fucking recovering from all the biohacking bloodletting that he's doing to himself. You live to be 150 and you've never lived. Who gives a fuck? Did you even live? I love this place very much. It's gonna be very sad to see it go. Thank you, I'm Brady.
Randy Posey. Sorry, one more. Just checking the live feed. We have 4 viewers. Everybody cheer really hard for that. There's 4 people. Hi, guys. Anyway, your next comic. I've known him the entire time I've been doing comedy. He's one of my favorite people. I've been giving up for the very funny Christopher John.
Yay. Hello, everyone. How y'all motherfuckers doing? It's good for y'all motherfuckers. I guess I'm not that sad that it's closing. Because I didn't get booked here that much, so. Should have booked me more. I feel bad for George Shen, though. Like, how's he gonna get booked now? Just kidding. Such a roaster. Can't stop looking at myself in the camera. How are you guys? That's good. Ooh. I didn't mean to say that. How are you guys doing? Cool. Tell you guys about myself. When I was a youngster, I dropped out of high school and I regret it because I never learned how to play Truth or Dare. Tried to play the other day. I went up to my friend. I said, Truth or Dare? He said, Truth. I was like, you're a piece of shit. And then we made out in the broom closet. It was gross. I don't poop in public restrooms. I'm not a public pooer. I'm 24 years old. And I've pooped in a public restroom under 10 times in my life. And I've shit my pants 200 times. It's gross. Whenever I go pee in public restrooms, though, I'm always looking at the guy's dick next to me. And 9 times out of 10, my dick is bigger. Mostly because I have a boner. Due to the erection. I'm balding. It's unfortunate. I'm balding. My friend was teasing me the other day. He was like, just go bald now, man. Just do it. Go bald. And I was like, dude, I'm trying. This is the best that I can bald. I'm bald enough to where I can get sunburned on top of my head, but not bald enough to where I can put sunscreen on there without it looking like there's jizz in my hair. Jizz in the hair. I'm balding and I have pimples. I don't know how that's possible. I got lucky. I got lucky. I'm so ugly. Look at me! No. I didn't always look like this. When I was like a 7-year-old kid, I was a cute kid. I peaked at 7. Bitches were throwing their pussies at me when I was 7. That is the coolest way to say you were molested as a child. No, I was a cute 7-year-old kid. Like if you saw a picture of me now side by side with a picture of me when I was 7, you'd be like, what did that old man do to that beautiful little girl? What did he do? Put him in jail. Put him in. Yeah. I'm balding and I have pimples. Didn't finish that joke. I look like I'm retiring from going through puberty. One time I let a dog lick peanut butter off my balls. But before that, I let this guy named Bill do it. So it really is a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope, homo. Just kidding. I'm in a relationship, and my girlfriend's always worried that I'm going to cheat on her. She's like, you're going to go out tonight. You're going to fuck some dumb, hot, blonde slut. And I'm just glad that somebody believes in my dreams. I'm like, yeah, I hope that happens. I like wet pussy a whole bunch. Ladies, who's wet here tonight? No one? It's okay. I like the pussy wet, but not too wet. Everything in moderation. Sometimes the pussy gets too wet. You know, sometimes I'm just pounding away. And that pussy gets so wet, I start thinking to myself, who is she thinking about right now? It's not me. I don't get it that wet. I get it like dip your toes in the water wet. And she's like drown your children in the tub wet. It's too wet. All right, that's been my time. Give me a round of applause.
Christopher John, everybody! He doesn't know this, but I'm obsessed with him. Everyone in my family knows about this guy. And I'm just like, I can't not talk about him to people. I also can't not talk about the comedy stylings of your next comic. Why did I do that? I don't know. Being super weird. This is what I do instead of crying. Just doing bits. Ugh, making this about me. I should be making it about your next comic, who is an incredibly funny person, a brilliant comic. I'm so happy to have her here. Everyone give it up for Anna Saragina. Take it to go already. Bag it up already. Jeez. Oh. You're going to see a lot of comedy here tonight. So what am I going to offer, you know, in my learned shirt? Mic stand play. That's what I'm going to offer. I like to hold it at a tight, you're going to have to confirm, 33-degree angle? Is that, can you confirm for the back? Is that a nice tight 33-degree angle? Can we confirm that? Okay, we got a thumbs up. Okay, oh, a thumbs up if I've ever seen one. Have you ever seen this, Cynic Cave? Have you? Huh? What's she doing up there? Place is closing down. We don't have time for these kinds of goofs. If you want to do these kinds of goofs, you got to do them 3 years ago. And you got 3 years ahead of you. That's the time for the goofs. Well, what kind of goof is she going to think of next? Is she goofing us? Goofy? Goof? Oh, we don't like that? We don't like that. Okay, we have a confirmation. Here it is. She's laughing. She doesn't like that. Okay. I just don't like when people take the microphone out of the stand right away. You know. He gave me the flirtiest little. I just don't like it. It feels so inherently male to come up here and be like, this is most comedy. I'm going to do an impression of most comedy. Here we go. Okay, fuck that. All right. Get a nice little prowl going. All right. Get in a woman's face. All right. I'm going to say it, baby. Dating is weird. Someone's got to say it. I'm just out here saying it. All right, ma'am. Okay, that's most comedy. I don't do that. Okay, I don't like that. I do, here's, if I had to describe my comedy, here we go. It would be just. That's how that's where it's me, you know? Honestly, my hair is too long. It's just too long. Are you kidding me with this? In 2016? As a woman? That's my 2016 catchphrase, by the way. You get it. It's like, as a woman. Actually, no, that was 2015. I lied. Oops. It's 2015 was as a woman. 2016, you can't. You got to cut it out. You got to as a white woman. So yeah, she's white also. I can tuck my hair into my pants. Okay? And if you think that I'm going to come down to this fucking basement and I'm going to tell you that I can tuck my hair into my pants and then not show you what I mean, you got to be fucking kidding me. Get the fuck out of here. The stairs are right there. Fuck you. Yeah, I'll tuck my hair into my pants, you hyena. Okay. Okay, by the time that is showbiz, and by the time any time that you don't laugh, I'm just gonna get room tone for the production. Please stop laughing. We got an indie production going. We got Jared working on sound. He is the editor's cousin, so we don't have time. Perfect. That's perfect. You're not laughing, so we're just gonna some room tone here. Last minute room tone. Thank you so much. And. Anyway, fuck that, okay? All right. Recently, I had the distinct pleasure of performing for a kefir company. We've all heard it, fellas. Kefirs, do we know what kefir is? Oh, so that was what I heard. Kefir's like yogurt to go, but it's not like Go-Gurt. Go-Gurt was in the 90s, and it was like, I fucking love to skateboard. I fucking love pussy, but also I love probiotics. Okay, that was Go-Gurt. Kefir's more like grown up. Kefir's more like like the kind of coffee shop that's like next door where you're like kind of coffee shop where like you walk in, there's like one succulent and it's like just walking, there's one succulent and it's like and you're supposed to be like, a latte. I didn't notice that. Just a latte for me. Nothing was sexual. That's it. The kind of coffee shop where like the barista's wearing a hat, like a hat that's like, I keep on falling, like a hat. Okay, like a hat that's like, and then it's like under the chin, the under the chin hat. The kind of coffee shop where you walk in and everybody's like wearing a scarf that's like, not like a utilitarian, like, it's cold, put on a scarf, do taxes, not like that. Like a scarf that's like, toot-and-doot-and-doo-doo. Like the coffee shop that like where they wear like a skirt that tells a story, like a skirt that is Ira Glass hugging Terry Gross. Okay. So I performed for a kefir company, and the person who introduced me was this woman who was the CEO of the company. I'm going to tell you how she introduced me, and it is so funny to me. So I'm going to do it exactly. I arrived, by the way, and I'm to perform in front of 100-year-old Russian men, okay, who are eating starches. So perfect. The CEO of the company gets out, and she's like, oh, God, Steven? Okay, is that Steven? Okay. Hello? Oh, that's loud. Oh, okay, hello? I am your boss, Steven. Our company was built on the backs of immigrants. And we will never turn down anyone for being gay. Anyway, she said gay and then she moved on. She dropped gay off and then she moved on with her day. Anyway, I brought out somebody very special for you. She is from Washington, D.C. No, she isn't. It's Hillary Clinton. And the men put down their knives and are like, what? I fucking love Hillary Clinton! Ah! 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 And then I have to step out and be like, dating is weird. So, performance of a lifetime. This is my favorite venue in the world, and I am so sad it's closing. I'll be crying. What is that sound? Okay. I'm not sad it's closing anymore. Perfect. Goodbye. Anna Sarah Gina. Holy shit. We're going to keep it going for your next comic. I can't say anything about him that he won't twist around and turn on me in a mean way. Everyone give it up for Kasim Bentley.
Yeah! So keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. Come on, act like it's February. You bunch of Anglos, God damn it. And all you fucking nerds at home. There's like 8 guys with their pants off right now.
Anna Sarah Gina, oh my God! It's on my flannel.
All right, what's going on? How you guys doing? Look at this Lens Crafters convention. Jesus fucking Christ. Got a bunch of unfuckable squids in here. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I like you. You look like, oh shit, you would curve me. All right, what's going on? All right, I got 6 minutes to entertain you fucking sweater heads, so let's do this shit. It's just why? What is this? It is like a marina ski weekend or something in the front row. What is this? Why are you wearing? No. What's your name? Exactly. All right. It's crazy. You know, we all look like our name. You know, we all look like ourselves. You are the warmest white woman I've ever seen in my life, dog. It's like you're draped in wool and white privilege. I swear to God, damn it. It's like, oh my God. My skin is cold and white, but his sweater is brown and warm. All right. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad, brother. I'm glad you're here. All right. It's glad to see you. You're probably Dominican, but who gives a shit right now? He's like, I know black, Poppy. I know black. You know what I mean? I play for the Giants. You know what I mean? I'm glad you guys are here. It's the last night of this fucking place. We're probably going to die here. I have a Mad Max poster up my ass. And I'm glad you guys are all here because I can just say this like, y'all gonna miss this place. I'm gonna miss. Oh, now you ruined this whole show. She's like start crying. Just like I'm sorry. Dump her. All right. Look, here's the thing about it. I'm gonna say this. I'm glad you guys are here the last night. I know you guys are having a good time. You're not having a good time. I don't know why. Maybe you're on Lexapro. Is understanding is that all you guys here, I know you guys aren't from here. I can tell by you and your arm tattoos, you're definitely not. Is that I'm glad I'm from the Bay Area. I'm from San Francisco. I'm glad to be here, even though there's no black people left. It's just me, this Cuban dude, you know what I mean? I gotta have like a Filipino friend and a dark Indian to make one black person. But I will always stay here. I will never move to Oakland, all right? I don't give a shit how low the rent goes. They got nothing out there, you know what I mean? Have you been to downtown Oakland? It looks like the first minute of I Am Legend. It is nothing there. It's just dirty animals and fucking abandoned cars and some Negro with a crossbow running around. And then they have Solely Vegan, a vegan soul food place. That ain't make no goddamn sense what I just said. Gets a bunch of gets tempeh ribs and shit, right? But the thing I love about Oakland is that the great thing about Oakland is they have black people there. They import them on some boat or something, right? And then they have the best homeless people. Like the homeless people in San Francisco, they're not homeless. You know what I mean? They're like ACT acting students. You know what I mean? They're trying to research a role for their improv troupe or some bullshit. The ones in Oakland are official. They're scary. You know what I mean? They love me because I look like a black homeless guy, but I gave my life to Jesus. You know what I mean? Now I run a church. I sell Steve Harvey suits out the trunk of my car. You know what I mean? I sell them burnt DVDs like a Nigerian. I'm out here, dog. You know? And they love me. Dog. And the women treat me like I'm Denzel Washington, like in the 90s, like you, Sweaterhead. I couldn't have you. I couldn't sit and watch fucking Love on Netflix with you and maybe get like a hand job. I couldn't do that shit. You know what I mean? But you and light skin Aziz Ansari over here have a good time. But if you were on crack, you'd be sucking my dick on a street sheet right now and shit right there. And I love homeless women because I'll share something because the last thing I made out with a homeless woman a few years ago. All right? Yeah, what that fucking okay? I got 2 minutes, which is like 3. And for a black comedy, it's hard, right? It's like, okay. So a couple years ago, I'm working in social services. I'm working with these little at-risk youth, these little thuglets, right? They're not real thugs, like baby thugs, you know? Like you pour a 40 on them to get bigger, like some kind of thug, like a thug sea monkey, you know what I mean? So, all right, that's racist. All right, so we're there. And I'm taking these little kids to a Stop the Violence rally, which you guys understand. That's what you guys know that hat says it all. Is when you have a gun, when you have a gun charge or a gun, and you bring it to an event and you give it to me like a guy looks like a failing pastor, right? And I give you like a gift card to like Nike Town, and then you get some Filipino gives you Jordans, and you walk out with the Jordans. Then you get robbed with the Jordans, like some kind of thug tree of life. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, so I'm down there with these little kids. We're down in DP's. I'm wearing the Murder Dove, right? So we're down there, and everyone's looking at us and shit. It was like some kind of weird Tyler Perry movie they thought was being filmed and some shit. Like, but up the street was these homeless people, right? It was a white guy, it was a black guy, Native American, and a white woman. It was like some kind of like, it was like a homeless Black Eyed Peas, right? And so the Native American was getting drunk off wild turkey because I mean, right? And the black guy was talking to anyone with a fat ass, those horrible leggings and shit. And the white woman looked horrible, right? Because white women age bad. This is off top, you know what I mean? If you don't use Kiehl's and drink water, you look like Meryl Streep at 41, right? So I was in there, and she was looking at me, and she was just horrible. She had no shoes on, just those dirty campground feet, titties lowered in like CD sales and shit right there. Her mouth, just like, bro, she had some Rick Ross nipples. It was really weird, dog. You know what I mean? That's a great black reference, all right? So it's out there. So, and she had no teeth in her mouth. It's just a real looker, right? Like kind of like a dirty peppermint patty, right? So I was sitting up there, and I was looking at her. Okay. All right. You know, I was sitting up there, and I'm staring at her, and she stares back at me, and she gave me that she gave me this like, and then I waved back at her, and then the black dude nudged her like, go talk to her, and she's like, right? And so she starts walking after me, titties flying everywhere, knocking people in the face, knocking drugs out of drug dealers' hands and shit. I knew I was scared because the pimp who was 2 feet from me said, nigga, don't do it, right? I would not do that myself, right? I'm like, oh, thank you. So she gets up to me. She's dirty as fuck. She smells like the back of an earring, right? And she comes up to me. And then, you ever seen a white person in the hood so long they started talking like a black person? Like it's some kind of like Negro tribute band or something, right? So she comes up to me with some Mom's Mabley shit. She's like, nigga, I know you. I know you. And I got that black guy voice. I was like, I don't think you do. And I was like, dude, we go to grad school together. Tooth falls out. And she's like, you used to work at the drug program. And I was like, I did. And then you helped me get off heroin. And I was like, I think I did a bad job. I'm sorry. And I'll give you $1. More teeth fall. And then she gave this like Baptist church testimony, like, I want to thank you for helping me, right? And so she starts walking to me with this help the children belly here, right? And she was getting up and she hugged me, and then everyone's looking at me, and everything on that block stopped.
Like, I've never seen, you've seen The Hood in suspended animation. It's weird, right? It was like drug dealers stop dealing drugs, pimp stop pimping. Why do people still walk around like nothing's happening and shit? Like, oh, gotta go gentrify. Right? Is there a Whole Foods opening? Right? So I said there. And then she whispers in my ear with her yellow raisin lips. She's like, boy, give me a kiss. Now, at that moment, I should have just pushed her away and just went on my Black Mary way, but I had never done that. I was like, this is my chance. I want to see what it's like. Because I had a devil and angel on my shoulder. The devil's like, do it. The angel's like, I'll film it. You know what I mean? So she closes her eyes and she puts it, she like this, right? And I go in to kiss her on the cheek. I was like, all right, let me just get my LL Cool J on. I go in there. I'm getting close. I get so close. She turns and just kisses me dead on the lips, right? And she put her like it was a croissant dipped in garbage juice, you know what I mean? And then she put her white blizzard tongue on my tongue, you know what I mean? And I just kissed her back. And it was the fuck, and she was like, I knew it was good. She was like, right, guys? And everyone was like, what the fuck? Even the little kid was like, nigga, what the fuck, nigga? I'm about to join a gang or some shit, right? And then it was getting good, right? And I was starting to get hard, so it was really weird, guys. My mom is watching this, right? So I stood up there, and then she backs away and just walks away like some reverse Thriller action, you know what I mean? And I'm from the hood. I got abandonment issues. I was like, you just gotta leave me? You just gotta leave me? Oh, that's okay, Bobo. You know what I mean? And then I said, oh, it can't get worse. She gets back to the home. The black guy gives her a high five and gives her $1. You know what I mean? The nigga bet her she wouldn't kiss me. I was a homeless woman's rock bottom. You know what I mean?
Cassette Bentley, you guys! We have one more comic before I turn over host duties to the last hour of the show. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to shitty, that was super shitty. Are you guys ready? Yeah! That's the last time I get to do that to people. I'm so sad. That's funny, Mike. Seriously, are you ready? Yeah! Fuck yeah, you're ready? Your next comic is the host of Flophouse on Viceland. That's a new TV channel. Oh, she's shit. Super fucking funny. Shut up, Bori. I'm so excited she's here. It's also her fucking birthday today. Everyone give it up.
Oh, brother. Wow. Oh, what a night. Thank you. I would like to start off my set with a quote, if I would, if that's okay. I believe it was one Muhammad Ali, poet, boxer, who said, regarding his graceful style in the ring, I believe it was he who said, light as a feather, stiff as a board. Makes you think. One cough. That's all I need. Y'all, this is the first time I've ever said that out loud. Y'all, I think I'm right in saying that everything is fucked, everybody sucks. Right? Fred Durst was right, dude. He was right. The man in the red cap came to us. Oh, but we did not listen. No, everything is terrible. All of our heroes have turned out to be monsters. It's true. They all just want to finger us or whatever. I don't know. I don't read the trades. Something like that. Somebody told me recently that John Goodman, the actor John Goodman, is a bad tipper. Wow. I took that so personally. Not the good man. Sucks. I can't wait till people find out what a monster I am. I've never hit anybody or anything like that. But if I'm at your party and I'm drunk enough and I have to go to the bathroom, oh, but you don't have enough toilet paper because you were not prepared for your own event, I will use your towel to wipe myself. That's just the damn truth. And you will not find out about it because I will throw it out the window. Almost immediately. Recently, I've started volunteering. Oh my God, thank you so much. Started volunteering with kids, little third graders in an art class. And the other day, the teacher came into the art class with a bunch of laptops for the kids to use. And she goes, okay, everybody, please be very careful with these laptops. Bless you. Some of them are over $1,000. Wow. And a little kid stands up and he goes, dang, that's more than me. Heartbreaking, because it's true. It's true. Worthless. Little hands can't work. Little hands can't work. Get out of my face. Being a woman is odd, right, fellas? You bunch of dildos with legs over here. Oh, I just took back the night. Baby took back the night. Being a woman is odd. I don't really think about being a woman, though, on a daily basis. You know, I don't wake up and be like, oh, another day to be a lady. And then look at my pussy in a hand mirror or whatever. Gets me every time. But I only really think about being a woman when it comes up. And it never comes up in like a cool way, you know. It's never like, oh, my clit just twitched or whatever. Strong winds are blowing, you know. It's never like that. It's always something shitty. For example, when somebody uses the phrase, she was asking for it, we're all familiar with the phrase, she was asking for it. I think the phrase, she was asking for it, is only okay to use when it follows the question, why did we give Claire a gift card to Outback Steakhouse? She just kept asking for it! She loves the baby backs. Checks out. I'd like to leave you with an impression that I came up with while taking a shit. Thank you. This is a British techie. This is a British techie. Ma'am, can you ask me where do I work? Where do you work?
I work for Google. I'm very wealthy. I work for Google. Wow, what a way to go out. You know, I've many mediocre sets like this one throughout the years, and this is may I run the light one last time to get a little sentimental. Doing stand-up comedy is probably the dumbest thing you could do. You move from your shit town, first person you meet is Kasim Bentley, and you go, I don't know if he likes me. And then that's just like 3 years of your life. Why does he keep saying I dress like an old Chinese woman? You bring a plastic bag one time to a show. You look like an old Chinese woman. And there are very few places where you do feel safe. So you find yourself congregating in small spaces that are always too hot or too cold. And you feel like you can try weird things. Especially in this place, I felt like I could try the weirdest, and I didn't care if it failed because video stores are going to fail. So it's like, we're all part of it, you know? We're all failing all at once. For example, I mean, in LA,
I thought of the funniest bit. I wrote soy bomb on my ass and I showed it to the audience and nobody laughed. I know, and I feel like here in Cynic Cave, people would have really appreciated that. And I'll never get to do it. So, anyway, it's my birthday. Watch Flophouse. Sit on it.
One more time for Clear O'Kane, everybody! Oh. And it is with a heavy heart that I leave you. I mean, I'll be in the back, but like I'm not going to be up here anymore. And pass you off to your next host for the final hour of the final Cynic Cave. I've been running the show with this guy. He's one of my favorite people. He's so fucking funny. Everyone give it up for NATO Green.
Does anyone else need to move around at this point? Take a minute. If you need to sit down, or go away, whatever. It's late, but we're going to keep going, okay? We have more comedy. We're not done. I have a joke. I'm excited about Bernie Sanders. I'm a Jew. It would mean a lot to me to have the first Jewish president. But I don't really like the slogan, feel the burn. I prefer burn the Jew. So I'm not going to be able to do this much longer, but I don't know if you remember this or saw it, but like a week or 2 weeks ago, Justin Keller wrote an open letter to the mayor of San Francisco about the homeless people.
Oh, yeah.
And if you know Justin Keller, or if Justin Keller's here, and I say this with all the kindness in my heart, I hope he drowns in a vat of AIDS. I want to take a minute to go through his open letter about San Francisco, point by point. I am writing today. There's your first problem. No politician has ever opened a letter and said, "When was this written?" So there's some excess verbiage out of the gate. To voice my concern and outrage over the increasing homeless and drug problem the city is faced with. I've been living in SF for over 3 years. And without a doubt, it is the worst it has ever been. Tell me more, your insights on my hometown, Father Time. And perhaps it's the worst that it's ever been since you arrived. There's always that possibility. Every day on my way to and from work, to work is not bad enough. To and from both ways. It's a round trip crisis. I see people sprawled across the sidewalk, tent cities, human feces in the faces of addiction. Now, as a native, people come to San Francisco and they complain about the feces everywhere. And I want you to know the native perspective on the feces, which is, we know. We put it there. Do you realize how much more expensive San Francisco would be if it didn't smell like shit everywhere? That is a rent control program. Natives get together late at night and we go out and shit on a yoga studio, and the smell doesn't bother me at all. It's like wine. This holiday weekend, I have my parents in town from Santa Barbara and relatives from Denver and Rochester, New York. Unfortunately, there was 3 separate incidents and countless times that we were approached for money and harassed. There was 3 separate incidents. If you're going to fucking write an open letter to the mayor, use correct grammar. There were 3 separate incidents. We are not savages. The first incident involved a homeless drunken man in the morning coming up to their car and leaning up against it. Another bystander got frustrated with the drunken man and they got into a heated pushing and shoving altercation. Now, here's a tip, because this has happened to me. If it happens to you, if you come to your car and there's a homeless drunken man leaning up against it, get in your car and drive away. It's never happened that they hang on to the car at that point. They're never like, I live here now. The roof of this Prius is rent controlled. Like, no one is it's physically impossible to be that drunk that you accidentally hold onto the roof of a car. So the second incident occurred as we were leaving the Taddage Grill in the financial district. A distraught and high person was right in front of the restaurant, yelling, screaming, yelling about cocaine, and even attempted to pull down his pants and show his genitals. So Mr. and Mrs. Keller returned to Santa Barbara, and their shitty loser friends go, Mr. and Mrs. Keller, how was your vacation in San Francisco? And they say, well, there was cocaine and genitals. And their friends say, that sounds amazing. That's the best vacation ever. Get me a fucking one-way ticket. What are you going to do to address this problem? The residents of this amazing city no longer feel safe. Speak for yourself. I know people are frustrated about gentrification happening in the city, but the reality is we live in a free market society. The wealthy working people have earned their right to live in the city. They went out, got an education, worked hard, and earned it. You know how the wealthiest people are also the smartest, hardest working, most deserving people you ever meet? You know how that's always true all the time? Just look at Donald Trump. I shouldn't have to worry about being accosted. Well, then fucking don't worry. Just be accosted or don't be accosted. It's not like worrying is going to help. The next line is my favorite line, which is, I think of this next sentence as great moments in white privilege. I shouldn't have to see the pain, struggle, and despair of homeless people to and from my way to work every day. I shouldn't have to see it. I helped cause it, but I shouldn't have to see it. I should be protected from the consequences of my own behavior. I am telling you, there is going to be a revolution. Sign me up. And then blah, blah, blah. It is a very difficult and complex situation, but somehow during the Super Bowl, almost all the homeless and riffraff seem to up and vanish. And then there's a footnote, and he says, I want to apologize for using the term riffraff. It was insensitive and counterproductive. Because that was the most important, thoughtless, cruel part of his letter that deserved an apology. So that's why. So his start. He wrote this open letter. It got a lot of attention. I tried to avoid it, and then I was sitting over there on the stairs, and people, right before I came here, somebody had said, you got to talk about this. So I was like, who is this guy? So I looked at his company's called Commando.io, and I looked them up on Twitter, and I'm looking at their Twitter feed. And while I was looking at their Twitter feed, it was hidden. And so it said, this user has protected their tweets while I was looking at it because people were shitting all over them. But before he hid his tweets, I saw the last tweet before the open letter. And the last tweet before the open letter, January 28th, like, I'm sick and tired of these developers who feel entitled to complain about everything. So kill the rich. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, that's enough. Let's commence the rest of the show, huh? Your first comedian in the final hour of the show. You may have heard from the Todd Glass Show. Please welcome Robbie Goodwin.
Oh, yeah! Who fucking, huh? Yo, who fucking? Y'all fucking? Y'all fucking? Y'all fucking? Y'all fucking? Y'all fucking? Y'all fucking? Oh, this guy looks like a fuckboy. Yeah. Come on, y'all. Who fucking, huh? Who fucking? Fast forward who? Rewind fucking? Pause? Who fucking? All right, y'all, I'm gonna need more energy from you guys. When I say who, y'all say fucking, okay? Who? Fucking. Who? Fucking. Now when I say Hitler, you say youth. Hitler. Youth. Hitler. Youth. Now when I say let's, you say join. Let's. Join. Hitler. Youth. Yeah. Let's join the Hitler Youth. Let's do it. Finally, I got a room full of white people to agree with me. And I thought San Francisco was PC. Hey. Who fucking though? Answer is not me. I'm not currently fucking. Never seen a woman naked. JK, love pussy. What's up, man? How's it going? That's what cool people do. Follow me on Twitter. Also on Zeus, at Robbie Goodwin.
We bought a Zeusk. Okay. This will be a 2 out of 10. Someone's yelling no at me. Usually a poor sign. Yes, and. Damn, y'all, ain't it true? No, I've never said that. But ain't it true? I'm a pretty awkward person. I'm quite awkward. But I'm not awkward in the way like Zoe Deschanel and like Michael Cera are awkward, you know? Like, I'm not like hot awkward, you know? I'll hear all these hot people talk about how awkward, like, oh my God, I'm so awkward. I went on a date on Saturday and I didn't know what to say. Tongue-tied, awkward. You can say you're awkward, but I need a new term for me if you're awkward hot person, you know? Stop gentrifying me out of the term awkward, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna need a new slogan. I think I'm gonna coin social cripple. I think I'm gonna coin that. Oh my God, I'm so awkward. Really? Have you ever been the least likable person at Little Caesars? Because I have. I have. It wasn't quite hot and ready. And I threw a fit. Sorry. Too aggressive? Yeah. Yeah, that's my catchphrase. I'm Jay Leno. Yeah. How's it going? Yeah, fun? This is something. I love rap music. I'm a big fan of Lil Wayne. I'm a huge fan of Lil Wayne. My favorite thing about Lil Wayne is all of his songs about how good he is at everything, you know? Like, ha, I'm so good at sex. Ha, I'm so good at killing people. I want to hear the Lil Wayne songs about how he's not so sure what he's good at, you know? Like, ha, carpentry is hard. Errands take a while. Took out the trash, didn't like it. Who's feeling the burn in here, huh? Who's feeling the burn, huh? I like Bernie Sanders mostly because he reminds me of a character in a Twilight Zone episode explaining the rules of the episode, you know? Just like, we have to go to the other dimension. If we don't go to the other dimension, then he'll be on the wing, and the Banks and Hillary are gonna cut, you know? Okay, no one's with me. That's fine. Thank you. One enthusiastic. Is that Rod Serling? No, but who's stoked to settle for Hillary, huh? Who's excited to settle for Hillary? I'm fucking turned to settle. I like Hillary. She just reminds me of, what's the word? A narc? You know what I mean? She gives me deep FBI officer in a high school vibes, you know? Just like, so what do we all like doing here tonight, huh? Do we all like stuff up in here? I like things as well as stuff. Watch me whip, watch me nay-nay, you know what I mean? Dab, 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 Bill. We like Bill for the opposite reason. He was like, I'm going to be president by accident, you know? No, but where are my Trump heads at, huh? Where are my Trump heads? Yeah, make America great. Yeah, where are my trumpets at, huh? Where are my trumpets, huh? Any trumpets up in here? Trumpets are what I think Trump should have behind him at all times while he's spewing his garbage, just like a kick line of women, you know? He's like, I hate Mexicans. And then the trumpets are like, do, 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 do. Start spreading the news. They all look exactly like him. My name's Donald Trump. I want to be a part of it. Xenophobia, you know? Are you ever danced for a 4 out of 10 reaction? Because that just happened to me. I literally danced for you. I want to be liked. Do you see Trump said if he's elected, he will reveal who really did 9/11? That's true. He really said that. I think it'd be great if he got elected first day in office. He was just like, it was me. It was the best attack. Pearl Harbor sucks. They were 2 luxurious buildings, and they went down, you know, and now we're the best. Me. I'm going to do a few impressions for you and get out of here. This first impression is of the guy that's addicted to meth but can only communicate through Tribe Called Quest songs. Can I kick it? All right, my next impression. This is Aziz Ansari waking up from a coma and realizing he's Aziz Ansari. Okay. Oh no, I'm Aziz. All right, my next impression. You guys know Adam Sandler was in a 9/11 movie? I haven't seen it, but here's my impression of what I think it is. Inside job! All right, my next impression. This is O.J. Simpson Borat. O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson. Already laughing. O.J. Simpson Borat. Who did you kill? My wife. All right. This is my last one ever, and then I'm killing myself after this. This is Creedence Clearwater Revival Batman. Okay, this is Creedence Clearwater Revival Batman. Burn! All right. That was it. Thanks, guys.
Robbie Goodwin, everybody. Your next comedian coming to the frontal area that we're calling the stage for the purposes of conversation is a very funny guy who was here, then he went away, but we're glad to have him back. We say that a lot around here. Please welcome Miles K.
Oh my goodness. It's so great to be here with all of you. I'm glad this place is closing down. Yeah. Like all of you, I too am a huge fan of the free market, and if the free market says this place has got to go, it's got to go. I love that. I love, you know what I mean? When I see homeless families in the street, I'm like, man, I'm so glad to see the market mechanism has sorted the winners from the losers. That's where they should be. Boy. How about those Republican presidential candidates? Real bunch of rough customers, huh? Real Suicide Squad, that bunch. Kind of makes you miss old Mitt Romney, huh? Now you're like, hey, doesn't seem that bad. 4 years ago, we're like, he's fucking Hitler, right? No. Him over any of them. It's crazy. I know. I kind of want to talk about Cruz because he's the scariest to me. I know that Trump is the one that everyone is worried about, but Cruz is the one that I am truly afraid of. Just because I feel like, you know, he's kind of like anyone with natural sexual appeal, put him in a camp. Like that's Cruz. So some of us had to work and pay for hookers, and these people are fucking for free, right? He seems like he's blackmailing his wife into being married to him. Does that make sense? Like in college, she hit somebody with a car, and then he basically, I know what you did last summer to her, except instead of killing her, he's like, now we're married. And that's just how they became a couple. But Trump is the interesting one, I think, just because he is what we're becoming as a country. He's just weird, just all hopelessly addicted to media, and he just represents that. He's going to be like the first real media-based president. That's what he's super fucking good at, and that's just like, he's just like the weird, I don't know, like the thing that like spawned out of the radioactive waste of our collective media addiction. He's like, winning. I know that's Charlie Sheen, but it's all the same fucking thing. Let me get the notes out. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of a heel wrestler. Doesn't that just make sense? Like he's like, I didn't come here to play nice. I came here to win. Everyone's like, fuck yeah! Like the whole middle of the country is just like so fucking excited about him. And here's the reason I think that is that, all right, first there's a couple factors. First of all, one of which is, yeah, cream rises to the top, but so does scum. And that's like what he is fucking all about. And here's the other thing too, is before the late 1960s, the Democrats were just like a racist party because they were like, hey, we're the party of the little guy. And the little guy was fucking racist. And he's just really like, at some point, Democratic Party gets taken over by like liberal intellectual elites. That's no longer a plank in the platform. And then there's like conservative Republican elites and all the racists that kind of like go over to the like Republicans, like hermit crabs crawling out of one shell going into another. But here's the reality of the matter is like for the most part, like those conservative elites, they want like cheap labor and like they don't give a shit about like illegals coming into the country and stuff. So you get all these like blue collar people who at the end of the day, most fucking cultures are racist. That's just the nature of a culture is to fucking hate the outsider. And they're like, wait, I still believe in this shit. How come nobody else is saying it? And then Trump's all, I will. And they're like, you're our fucking hero. It's a fucking crazy thing, man. And that's one of the other things that's fucking nuts is us white people at this point, like, we don't know how to talk about race at all. Like, even when we try to, like, we still end up sounding racist. I feel fucking weird talking about this just right now. And the only people that are comfortable talking about race are racists. And that's why Trump's going to be our next fucking president, man. Woo! See? It works! Here's the reality. He may not be the president we want, but he's the president we deserve. All right, have a good night.
Miles K, ladies and gentlemen. I had a weird realization today. I saw a news story about climate change that was very terrifying, about some horrible that we may have passed the point of no return. And then I had this thought that that being white would protect me. That somehow whiteness would fix climate change. So anyway, your next comedian. I was pretty sure that whiteness would stop Ebola, and it did. So. So your next comedian is a very funny guy, and we have a blood pact that I will introduce him whenever he performs ever. Please welcome Muhammad Weinberg.
Yeah. Hey, gun control, more like fun control. Am I white? You guys didn't know the Slate Show was going to be so political, huh? This is I don't usually do politics, but this is an impression. This is Eddie Vedder Donkey. Hee-haw, my little Eddie Vedder Donkey. Hee-haw, my little Eddie Vedder Donkey. What if I opened my eyes and everyone was gone? That would be the best set of my life. And I never performed again. Oh, baby. This is a scary time politically. You know, people always talk about, oh, if I could go back in time and I'd kill Hitler. And like, we can kill Hitler right now. That's fucking awesome. You can do, I'm not saying that we should kill Donald Trump, but we can kill Hitler right now. That's kind of a cool thing to think about. I wonder if, like, when he's going down on his wife, he, like, spells out racial slurs with his tongue. It's just like, yeah, kike really gets her going. Oh boy. It's a weird time because, like, our parents, a lot of our parents are homophobic, and a lot of our parents are voting for Trump, and that sucks, but, like, we can't hate them, you know, because we don't know what kind of ignorant we're going to be. We haven't gotten there yet. Like, I'll be at the table with my family, like, listen, ain't no computer fucking my daughter. No, I don't care how many weed farms that computer owns. He's not even an atheist. What are you going to tell your kids? Raise your kids on a weed farm with a god? Travesty. I think like our parents are scared of gay people for the same reason our grandparents are scared of email. They just didn't grow up with it, you know? I love gay people. I love email. I love emailing gay people. I do it like 4 times a day. I don't get old. I'm comfortable with email. I'm uncomfortable with the regular mail. That fucking freaks me out. Anytime I put a letter in a mailbox, I'm like, there's no way that works. How? It's just a box. It's next to the trash can. Every time. Doesn't make any sense. My dad's scared of weed being legal. Freaks him out, you know. Freaks me out too, but for different reasons. Because I know when weed's legal, it won't be cool anymore. That's what I'm scared of. Like 5 years from now, when like 420 is just a fucking like corporate Hallmark holiday. It's just like another thing us dudes got to think about, you know. Fucking 420's coming up. Got to get a bong for Stephanie. I remember when weed was cool. When I was in high school, you know, you'd buy it from a guy in a Jeep. You'd be like, yeah, this is Trainwreck. You'd be like, all right, cool. Now you buy Trainwreck, it's at a store. It's not cool anymore. Now is the time to rename weed. Because, first of all, I've never been in a train wreck. So if you want to scare me, name it something I can relate to. I want to go to the weed store. The guy should be like, this is the best shit we've ever had. This is called transferring to a new middle school. That, you smoke that, you got to make a whole new group of friends. This one, we just got this one. This one's called Growing Up Muslim in America. I grew up Muslim, I can say that. I did. I'm a white Muslim. It's a weird reality. I know, because my life's weird, because if I looked Muslim, my life would be really hard, but I'm white, and it's great. It's true. Being white is like having a motorcycle in the traffic jam of races. That's the sad truth. Yeah, every day I look around, people are like, I'm stuck. I can't get there. White people are like, oh, you just go between. Just get where you're going. All right, that is my time. Thank you very much. Give it up for me, everybody.
Howard Weinberg, everybody. We're losing Cynic Cave, and we're very sad about that. But there are other shows in town, and your next comic you can see every Tuesday at the Milk Bar in the Haight. Please welcome Andrew Holmgren.
All right, everybody, welcome to the video store. It's sad. I'm gonna miss this place. I've been on a lot of drugs in this basement, on this very spot where I stand. It's great. I fond memories of other. I remember when we did this at my childhood Blockbuster growing up. It's part of the ritual. This is how you close video stores. After this, I don't know if you guys knew this, very exciting. Anytime a building is closing, you can just do anything. There's no laws in the building, so
light a fire. I don't know. Let's fucking, let's purge. Let's, all right. That's cool. But I was in the back and I had this revelation. I was like, fuck, how am I going to watch movies now? You know? Like, where do you get the fucking movies? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to read, right? Yeah, fucking reading. Can you guys read? We got some readers in here. Some of you. Not like do you read, but can you read? Yes, all right. That's cool. I can read. Not happy about that fact. Wish I it's bullshit, right? I'm not obviously whether or not you can read, that's a pretty big part of someone's life, obviously. Whether or not you can read will greatly change the trajectory of your experience on this planet. My issue is that at no point in my young life was I ever offered the choice of whether or not I wanted to learn how to read. Right? It seems like a pretty big, changes everything, right? Like, no, 4 going on 5, teach me how to read, put me in school. Now I'm stuck with this bullshit ability. Right? They say that knowledge is power. I disagree. I feel like reading opens up the door to oppression. And I think about it, like before you can read like rules, the law, written suggestion, like that doesn't apply to you. It's not part of your life. There's like a no smoking sign, like it's just a line and a squiggle. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm smoking away, blissfully ignorant, and they teach you how to read, and you learn all the things you're not supposed to be able to do. It's bullshit, right? It's such a unique ability. It's the only ability you don't have a choice whether or not you want to use it. Right? Like going to somewhere and there's a piano, great. Maybe later if I'm bored, I will play that piano. But I go in and there's a word burn. I couldn't save that word for later. If I got bored, wanted to occupy myself, I see it, I read it against my will. It's forced into my fucking brain. Now they can force advertising on you. Now they can force propaganda down your throat. Polarized public opinion. I'm pretty sure the government wants to make sure everyone knows how to read so they can subjugate the fucking masses. Right? I can't stress this enough. Every limitation that you have in your life, right? Every mental roadblock, every inkling of doubt, anything that makes you hesitate, prevents you from doing a task as well as you're capable of doing it. That's all self-imposed, all right? Your brain is your worst enemy. I would say it's self-imposed because of your ability to read. Before you can read, you believe you can do anything, and you probably can. I don't know if you guys knew this. R. Kelly is illiterate, all right? And he believes he can fly. So who's really the dumbass, right? It's us. It's the fucking reader. You see, his mind is telling him no because he can't read, but his body is telling him yes. There's a real point to this. You got to think with your heart, think with your body. Don't teach your kids how to read. Don't get them vaccinated. And if you ever see me trying to raise a child, you should call Child Protective Services. It's a real fact. Can't even raise myself. This is a true thing about me. I'm not proud of it. It's just a fact. 26 years old. Never once in my adult life, or I guess child life as well, have I ever gotten an HIV test. Not a good thing. Being judged. That's fine. It's just a fact about me. Realized that the other day. And I guess in my brain, I've always said, like, my rationale has been like, I'm probably fine. I'm probably fine. And it's not a good way to be. I was with a lady recently. She asked me when the last time I was tested. I explained, I'm probably fine. And she was like, Andrew, that is so horrendously irresponsible. How could you not, in this day and age, know your status? And I was like, all right, fine. You're right. I'll go get tested. This was right around Halloween. First of all, let me say, STD clinics already plenty scary enough without Halloween decorations. They did not seem to agree, but it was like kind of half-assed. Like it wasn't anyone's real job. Like they had like the fake spider webs, but they didn't like unclump it, so it looked like ropes of cum like hanging across this office. And there's like spooky road signs pointing back to the testing room. It just says dead zone. I was like, that's not what I want to see. But I wait in this waiting room. I watch the first half of Patch Adams and get through it. And they call me back into the room. And I explain to the doctor, never been tested. Feel like it's time to be responsible. And I shit you not, doctor looks me up and down. And he goes, you're probably fine. So, yeah. At this point, I wrote an original song to say goodbye to the Cynic Cave. You guys want me to sing that song? Yeah, all right. This is, you guys can probably pick up on the chorus pretty quick. So sing along if you want to. You pick up on it. Original song about lost love. I love the. All right. We both lie silently stealing in the dead of the night. Although we both lie close together, we feel miles apart inside. Was it something I said or something I did? Did my words not come out right? Though I tried not to hurt you, though I tried. But I guess that's why they say every rose has its thorn. Yeah, just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn. I heard a favorite song playing on the radio. Yeah, the DJ say he loves a game of easy come and easy go. But I wonder, does he know? Has he ever felt like this? And I know that you'd be here right now if I could have let you know somehow. I guess every rose has its thorn. Just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Oh, it's been such a long while. I'm not going to do that. Hey, you guys have been great. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Give it up for Ricky Rackman, everybody. Your next comedian coming to stage right now is a very funny man. Please welcome DJ Real.
How's it going, everybody? Yes. All right. Intro music. I made for myself. Okay. I just want to talk real quickly. I went to see Prince last night. Was anybody here? Did anybody here see that? No, I'm not bragging. I just wanted to tell a quick story about Prince. In between each of the encores, he rode his bicycle from the stage to his little hideout area and then back, which was great. And then he Apollonia'd the whole audience. Do you know what that means? That's the one he pushed Apollonia in the lake, right? Lake Winnipeg. Yeah. He had the whole crowd like trying to sing along with a song that no one cared about, and we took him for granted. And then in the middle of that, he left the stage without saying goodbye and rode off on his bicycle, and all the lights came up, and we're like, what did we do wrong? Did we not show him how much we? And then like half the crowd left, and some of us stayed. We're like, maybe he's playing us. And he totally came back like 20 minutes later, and it just made me. I haven't felt like that like in years. Like he still got it. Like he's like, it's like when you're in a relationship with somebody and you're doing your best and like you're showing them how much you love them, and then you start wearing sweatpants. That was like. Okay. I don't usually talk this much. I just wanted to. Okay. Well, it's late, and I want to get you guys pumped up. You want to get pumped up for like the rest of this night? All right. Here we go. We're gonna get you real pumped. All right. Wrong song. Here we go. No, okay. Here, let's get your nose going. Here we go. Let's get a freestyle. What you got? Freestyle. No? All right, I get it. You're pumped. Totally pumped. All right, here we go.
Bad jokes all up in your face.
All right. Having out-of-body experience recently. You guys have out-of-body experiences? You into this thing? No, this is not my crowd. Having out-of-body experience recently, and I freaked out because my body opened its eyes, was looking up at me, and it said, "I want you inside me." Because
Bad jokes all up in your face.
Spotify proudly presents ads in the middle of performances. Do you like your comedy performances ad-free? Well, then upgrade to our premium services, Spotify, on your mobile devices and now your everyday life.
Thank you. I'd like to now do my world-famous Seinfeld impression.
Let's give him a hand. Very good. I never know how that's going to go, and that was very tasteful. You ended it on a crescendo and then retardo. I don't know what the terms are. You know, my mom's a DJ reel. You go out there to San Francisco, perform in the basement for the last time. And I'm very proud to be here. You know, had a lot of memories here. I bombed here, and I bombed here, and I bombed here. This person didn't laugh, and that person, and it's what you got to do when you're doing comedy. You got to try new things out, and this was the place to do that, to experiment, to go on the edge. So what do you do? What's your thing? What do you do? I'm a software engineer.
You can't help who you are. Oh boy. Got ourselves in a pickle. This next song goes out to my ex-girlfriend Melissa. May she rest in peace.
I see your face. I wanna punch my nuts. Whenever I hear your name. Ooh. I wanna punch my nuts.
It's a short song. Thank you. I have one more piece before I get out of here. So this is oh no, how do I get this to? I'll just hold it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an electronic wind instrument, and it's by Akai, and I'm very excited to present this piece. They are sponsoring me to do this, so I'd love to.
So can I call you sometime? Can I get your number? 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 Hey.
Thanks for calling KFC Taco Bell. You know your party's extension. Press 1 now.
Hey. I'm no fool. I can smell your fear. I mean, I can sense your hesitation. I just wanted to call you to tell you about an amazing opportunity. U's are on sale at Guitar Center. So I was thinking maybe after the show, I don't know, maybe we could play together sometime? Yes! Who do you say? Who do you say? What 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 do you say? Yeah!
That's it. Thank you very much. Cynic Cave, I love you. Last weekend, I love you. Very sad about this. Thank you.
Ahmed has been accidentally taping everyone else's set. Everyone, you're down to your final 3 comics. I know, it's so sad. And then we're done. And all the comedy's gone in the world. Your third to last comedian is so funny. Please welcome Johan Miranda.
Thank you. Thank you. I grew up here. I don't live here anymore, but I visit because my family's still here. One time I spent a lot of money on plane tickets because I bought them not ahead of time. My dad was pissed. He was like, don't do that. I'll send you good flight deals. I'll keep track of kayak. So he gets text messages alerts, and he text messages me every day. He's like, Johan, they're up to 129. You should probably buy. And then the next day he'll be like, it's 132, and now you should probably buy some tickets. Like today he texted me oh, they're up to 135. You should definitely. And I just want to tell my dad sometimes you could just say I love you or or I miss you. You don't have to express your love through flight deals. Aw. My dad's just not an expressive dude. He doesn't really I've never he's not really doesn't really show his emotions. I've only seen him cry once, and it was when he lost his job and he sat me down. He was he got very emotional. He's I lost my job. I don't know how I'm going to be able to provide. And then he started crying, which was great. It was great to see him be open and vulnerable. But part of me wishes he kept that shit to himself. Superman doesn't cry. I don't need that. I got a niece. She's turned 1 recently, and she lives here. And so I track her growth through Facebook pics, and it kind of bums me out that this generation of kids is going to be the first generation that's going to grow up and find out their baby pics only got 12 likes. How do you do? How do you deal with that emotionally? I like every baby pic for that reason. I'm not too social media savvy. I still don't know what Snapchat does. I thought it was for dick pics, but I guess it's more than that. If social media was the Oregon Trail, Snapchat is where I die of dysentery. It's just I made it this far. Fucking. So this past year has been my first year living as an adult, living on my own, and I feel a big part of learning how to be an adult is finding out that forgetting to floss can bankrupt you. Because I haven't been to the dentist in years and I'm scared. I feel the day I go to the dentist is the day I have to move back in with my folks. just go back to my small town. All my friends like, Johan, what happened? I thought you moved to LA to follow your dreams. It's like, fucking, I forgot to floss. I didn't do it right. But I'm happy I found the place to live. It's hard to find places to live. Whether you're looking on Facebook groups or like Craigslist, because like all of them discriminate, you know, against people who like drama. They just like all like, it's like, what's the big deal? I'll pay the rent on time. just want to start some shit every now and then. Just fucking sleep with your ex for no reason. Fucking just do it. All right, now that we got the friendly banter, let's get into some real shit. I was watching news coverage about the police shootings, and I know it's getting weird. They interviewed this white lady, like, what are her thoughts on the whole matter? And she was like, my friends of color are intimidated by the police, which brings up a really good question. Who uses the term friends of color? Like, that's how you know she doesn't have any. Like, I wonder if she does the opposite when she's angry, like, oh, my enemies of color, what are they up to? I still use the term minority because I didn't go to college. And I got into an argument with a white friend of mine. He was like, actually, people of color is actually more correct. You know, it's like a more non-offensive way of, and it kind of, like, I got angry. Like, it's probably correct. It's probably right, but it's like, it just feels like, all right, well, now that white people are becoming the minority, now you're going to change the rules? That's not fair. I waited my whole life to be majority. I just don't understand why the burden is on us. You know, like, why can't we be people? You know, why can't we just keep people? You know, like, why do we have to be people of color? You know, like, how about we just call white people people of no color? And we just keep people. I am getting kind of scared about Donald Trump becoming president as an undocumented immigrant. I feel like it's getting scary. It's getting too real. Because I thought we were just fucking around, you know, like I thought we were having a good time. I was totally into the idea of having this crazy billionaire say some shit, but like now he's winning. It's scary. Like recently, I remember he said, he was like, if I'm elected president, I promise I'll be nice as president. Like he's running on that abusive husband platform. Anyways, that's been all for me. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
Johan Miranda, everybody. This is the end of the Saturday Cynic Cave, but tomorrow you can come back here for TV Repair, which is like live bad TV riffing with our very own Jeremy Wheat. And a bunch of the comics you see tonight, so come do that. And your penultimate comedian of the evening is just finished run of shows with Best Selling at the Punchline. Please welcome Jessica Seeley.
Hi. Hello. Say hi to me. Hi. Jeremy. Jeremy. Listen, this basement is a piece of shit. I did the very first show here. Yes. And George Chen told me, he was like, I'm starting a show in the Mission. It's at a place called Lost Weekend Video. And I was like, that sounds terrible. Hope my career picks up from there. But the thing, I just, not to get sentimental or anything, but just being in here, it's like,
I've been a week late, but just as I showed up in this basement, I started bleeding, and I feel good. I feel good. Letting it go. We come here to bleed. Holy cow, I'm emotional. And here's the thing, things change. I get that, but I don't. I don't understand it. I have a very hard time dealing with change, but everything changes. The weather is changing. I just heard that from Leonardo DiCaprio this week. Very upset about that. Been having nightmares. For the past 3 years, I've been doing college shows in Fargo on Women's History Day, which is next week. And the first year I went 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it was 5 degrees. Last year I went, it was 30 degrees. I looked at the weather for what I have in store for me this week, and it's 60 degrees. And, you know, the North Pole is not the only thing having a meltdown. I am. I don't feel good, but I'm rolling with it. I'm showing up. A lot's happened in this basement. One thing that happened, I do the show, The Mission Position, with, you know, Kate Will and Matt Lieb. They're both sober people, and they invited me to be a co-producer on that show because that was their intervention. And it's true. And I feel really good being sober. As you can tell, I'm very well adjusted now. And, you know, it's just kind of a thing where, like, still a lot of my friends don't really understand it. Jeremy understands it. Every time I get down here, soda water right in my hands. It's a beautiful thing. Give it up for Jeremy. Soda water. Always. And still to this day, a lot of people are weird about my sobriety. And they'll just be like, you know, they'll still be like, Jessica, come on, just have one drink. Just go ahead, just have one drink. And they just don't get it. So the only way I know to respond to them is, don't tempt me, Frodo. I dare not take that drink. But sometimes it's a little more like this. You offer it to me so freely. I do not deny that I have dreamt about this. In place of a dark lord, you would have a queen! Not dark, but beautiful. Wait a second. Not. Fuck! What happened? It was probably something Nick Stargoo did. It's okay. It's just the last show. This is the last chance I have to do this, so that's okay. Usually we change the voice. It sounds like Galadriel, and it's tight as fuck. God damn. That's okay. I've been grumpy today, dude. But you just gotta cope. Been responding very poorly to people today. I went to Trader Joe's. I bought the Thai-inspired noodle salad. That's what it's called. In a little plastic container. That's gonna be octopus food in a week. And I'm sitting on the sidewalk and I'm eating my Thai-inspired noodle salad. Something just dripped on me. Have you guys been experiencing that? What if it just fucking flooded down here, like at the end, and it was just fire and chaos? That'd be tight. We must die here together! Got the light. Thank you, NATO. The very last light. But first, I gotta finish up my Trader Joe's story. So I was at Trader Joe's, sitting outside, eating my Thai-inspired noodle salad on the concrete, and this guy walks up to me, and he goes, "Oh my God, Is that a Thai-inspired noodle salad? That is literally my favorite thing to eat at Trader Joe's. So delicious, isn't it? Yeah, that's my favorite thing. Wow, what do you think? And then I said, please don't rate me. I hate it when that happens, you know? I feel like that, you know, sorry, it's like a trigger warning situation, and I understand, but it's just like, that's a thing that's happened to me a weird amount of times. You know what I mean? Like a lot. I'm going to go out on this note. Is that weird? And, you know, sometimes I'm like, is it 1 in 4 women or 1/4 of the time? I don't even. I feel good. I just want to say one more thing. Are you guys, I'm not judging the Trump supporters. I'm not. And here's why. I just feel like we've all been there. You know what I mean? We've all, you know, we've all been that person in the bar. You know what I mean? It's just like feeling broken as fuck. And then this narcissist walks in and is just you're like, save me. You know? You're like, sure, I'll do meth, you know. Sorry and thank you. I feel fine.
All right, everybody. So TV repair tomorrow, and then there's the last mission position is this coming Thursday. So come back for that. The great mission position. And your final comic is is the co-parent of Cynic Cave with George Chen, and none of this would have happened without him. And it's so great that he's here to close it out. Please welcome Kevin O'Shea.
Guys, you spent 3.5 years working on building a show, and they give you that coveted 12:45 a.m. slot. Yeah, my name's Kevin O'Shea. I recently moved to Los Angeles, and boy, do I need to write jokes about that. You ever catch yourself in the same situation where I was, debating moving between Los Angeles and New York? All you have to do is ask yourself one question. Would I rather cry on a crowded subway train or in the comfort of my own car? Chose my own car, all right? I've done that before. It's an easy choice. Fuck, that's how I lost my virginity. It's an old hat. An old condom, too. Play it safe. That's what I say. I mean, like, look, Los Angeles isn't all blowjobs and kittens. It kind of feels like it's a game of SimCity that somebody walked up and went away from and kept playing itself. Just like sprawling on forever, always catching on fire. I don't know why. New York, though. New York's like jazz. Personally, I don't care for it. I don't know, there's this whole like vibe of like, the only real reason people live in New York is because it's hard and they get off on how hard it is. That's the thing. It's like, oh, New York kind of sucks. It's like, yeah, it really sucks. That's why I love it. It's an abusive relationship. The last time I was in New York, I was staying in Brooklyn. And also, can we just stop pretending that it's like Brooklyn is tough or cool anymore? It's like, no sleep till Brooklyn, because that's where the really cool coffee shops are. I don't know, but it's just like I'm staying at this place, and they just, trash day, 2 days before trash day, trash collection, they just start throwing trash bags out of their window. There's no dumpsters, there's no trash cans. I was like, why the fuck do you do that? And it's like, oh, it's because Brooklyn. This is how we do things in Brooklyn. And it's like, well, that's a horrible way to do things. Like, don't fucking just like, you can't be like, oh, why are you running over people in the crosswalks? It's like, that's Brooklyn. That's what we do. It's like there's a whole modern society here where we throw trash away in things where they're away and not breeding grounds for rats. Like we have all these rats and we have all this trash, and it's like, guys, it's connected. Have you ever? This bit was a really big waste of time, so let's keep fucking moving. I don't know. I've only been in LA a little bit of time. It's hard. I was sick for a month. It's like, I don't know. It's weird, like moving to a place and then being sick. It's all my fault for being sick. I got severe food poisoning from a sushi restaurant called What the Fish. And like, that's on me. That's on me. My fault. From now on, I'm only going to sushi restaurants that are comfortable in their level of knowledge of the fish. Just no more places like, is this fish? I don't know. Let's give it to Kevin. See if it's fish or not. Wasn't fish, you guys. It was colitis. Here I am. I don't know. Figuring it out. I have depression, and it's hard when you're sick for a while and you have depression because it's like, when are you on a couch because you're sick, and when are you on a couch because you just don't want to get up? Like it's a thin line. Guys, I know I have depression, but you have to laugh or I just get more depressed. It's sad, but we got to break the cycle here. I wish there was a different name for depression, because depression is basically like telling somebody you have depression is like saying like, I have the saddies. Like depression's like, I don't know. For me, it's not about being sad. It's just more about like inertia. Like, when I'm going, I'm fucking going. When I'm not going, I'm definitely not going. And just like give me a call and make sure I'm okay. That's all I'm saying. Just watching a lot of Netflix. Nothing bad's happening. I am talking to a doctor about things I can do to fight depression. I don't know if you know this though. Everything you can do to fight depression sounds like the most depressing thing you could ever do with your life. I was talking to a doctor. He's like, Kevin, have you tried practicing smiling? Doctor, I asked you how to fight depression, right? Not like how to hide from my friends and family that I'm a serial killer. Like, no, just try it. I tried it, and the saddest thing is it like fucking works. I don't know if it's placebo effect or what. You just wake up every morning, you look in the mirror, and you practice smiling for 5 minutes. Every day for the rest of your life until you die, because we all die. It's inescapable. You just get up, you look in the mirror, and you just practice smiling, which is a nice way of saying fake smiling for 5 minutes, and then you follow that up with practicing holding the gun in your mouth for another 5, and you're ready to go. You're ready to go. Guys, it's just a joke, you guys. It's just a joke. I would never try to kill myself, all right? Not again. Not after the last time. But if I did, I would leave a suicide note that just said, avenge me. I'm a comic. You gotta go out on a laugh. Oh God, it's fucking pouring rain today, and it's pouring rain. It was raining so bad. I had to go get groceries. I had to drive to Whole Foods, and when I got there, I was just thinking, like, can you think about how bad it must have been for our ancestors, like in the rain? They just like they didn't have cars, all right? They'd get on their horses in the pouring rain and ride those to Whole Foods to get their groceries. I was like, thank God we are in these modern times. I do have a couple more jokes I want to tell, but I was billed as your last comic, and that's true. But I have a few friends who showed up, and we're gonna give them a little bit of time, extra credit. You don't have to watch these comics. You know, if you want to leave. We'll just judge you seriously for it, because these are some of my favorite comics, and then they came here and we're able to sneak them in, and I want to share them with you. And you know, I think some people like Cynic Cave is closing, but This has been about creating something beautiful and sharing it as long as we could. And like, don't be sad. Just make beautiful shit and share it with people. I didn't have to make these beautiful people. God made these beautiful people. I don't believe in God. I don't know what I'm saying. But they're beautiful. And fuck it, I want to share them with you. So coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, Corinna Dobbins, everybody.
Wow, this is amazing, you guys. You know, from the first time I did Cynic Cave, I always felt like really comfortable here because this place looks like it was at some point a stop on the Underground Railroad. So, felt like my ancestors had been here. So, oh my God, this is really fun. You guys, I'm at a crossroads in my life right now. Have you guys ever felt like we all feel like we have a moral compass that we live by, right? Like the kind of people that we are. I saw something on television the other day that sort of made me question who I am as a person. There's a LFL, there's a sports league called LFL. It used to be called the Lingerie Football League. Now it's called Legends Football League. And it's just women in their underwear playing football with shoulder pads and no health care and getting paid very little. And as a feminist, that's like my worst nightmare. I think it's horrible. But as a lesbian, it's a most wonderful dream come true. So I don't really know how to reconcile that within myself. I'm like, maybe if you could just cover their kneecaps, I could still watch it or something. It's fantastic. I'm glad to be back in the Bay. I was in Portland for a little while, and Portland's a beautiful city, but it's very white. Like Portland's so white, it makes San Francisco look like Walnut Creek. What I'm saying is it's the same. I got into an Uber, and my Uber driver felt the need to point out to me that we were turning onto Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. He was basically saying to me, "This is the blackest shit we got here. Please enjoy it while we stroll down in Melpat." Thanks, random Uber guy. I appreciate it, man. You guys, I live in Oakland. I love saying that in San Francisco because you always get that sound, right? When you say you live in Oakland. People are like, oh. Right? They're like, poor. You poor child. But in 2 years, all you guys are going to be in Oakland. So don't do that. Like, you all are going to be over there. Nobody's going to be able to live there. But the thing I love about Oakland is that somebody's going to rob you in Oakland, they look like they're going to rob you. So you got a chance to get away. So, but in San Francisco, it's not like that. Like, you know, random depressed hipster can take you out in the Tenderloin with a biodegradable spork and you never see it coming. You just be bleeding out. I take my chances in Oakland. I love it. It's being gentrified. You guys are sending your hipsters over to Oakland. It's fine. We love them. I had to, I'm flying back to Detroit in a couple of months because people think that it's easy in the Bay, you know, like being a lesbian. It's not. It's not really. Because I moved here from somewhere else, and so my adjustment was like, it was big. Like all the lesbians out here, they want to be like, grow my hair out natural and plant an organic vegetable garden in my backyard. And so I'm still single. But But I just wanted to, I didn't even plan to come up and do anything, but I just wanted to let everybody know here, like, how much the Cynic Cave has meant to me since I started doing comedy. And, you know, it's been a real, it's been a key to my progression as a comic. So I just want to thank you guys, everybody who's here, all the comics who's ever booked me on a show here. I really appreciate you. My name is Corinda. Thank you.
Corinda Dobbins, everybody, let her hear it. I think I've only told this joke here, and mainly because it's a very dated reference, and it relies on impressions, which is just something I can't do to save my life. But I wanna share this joke with you guys. This is my impression of Jerry Seinfeld talking about the band Squeeze. I don't know if that was a boo or people going down a water slide. I think that was the sound that people make when they go down a water slide. So here we go. This is Jerry Seinfeld talking about British 70s, 80s new wave band Squeeze. Tempted by the fruit of another, who's tempted by fruit? Fruit's the thing you gotta make me eat. I'm tempted by Snickers. Okay. I was gonna write a whole suite of Jerry Seinfeld talking about 80s bands. And I only came up with one more, and I'm gonna share that. This is Jerry Seinfeld talking about the Smiths. How soon is now? It's right now. Speaking of right now, guys, comedian coming on the stage right now. She's got to follow this hot mess, so we all feel bad for her. But don't feel too bad. She is having her Comedy Central debut this Tuesday, right? Yeah. So big round of applause for Kate Willett, everybody!
Hey guys! Oh, this is very sad. This is sad enough to make comedians talk about their genuine feelings. That is not easy. We are hugging each other. It is hard. We're praising each other, which hurts all of our hearts. I love this basement so much. Like I feel like I've been through so much down here. You know, like I started doing comedy here after I got out of a long-term relationship with a lady, and I started comedy and heterosexuality at the same time, and now I have a lot of jokes about fucking skateboarders, which is something that was not an interest of mine previously, and I didn't like decide to be straight or anything like that. Like, no one prayed away the gay. I just was like, I was lonely, I was horny. I discovered that there's this whole group of people that will have sex with you, and you don't have to listen to any slam poetry first. They will just do it. And it was very tempting. One thing that's kind of hard about being a lady in comedy is I feel a lot of times like I can only ever be like 77% as disgusting as a man doing the same job. Like, people are really comfortable with the idea of women succeeding now, you know, but it's nobody's really comfortable with a lady being a total piece of shit, and that's too bad, because I think I can really crush it, you know. Like, it could be that the next president of the United States is going to be a lady. right? But we're not going to be truly equal until I can pass out more places. And right now, there's a lot of institutional obstacles to that, you know? There's a glass ceiling, but there's a glass gutter as well. That's very unfair. You know, if I say like doctor, lawyer, astronaut, it's 2016. There's a pretty good chance that some people here are picturing a woman for at least one of those things. But if I say scumbag, dirtbag, degenerate, it's a fucking guy every time. And it's not just men that enforce this. Like, you know, women do it to each other too. Like, just once I want to hear a woman be like, oh, I'm so bad. I was so bad. And for her to be talking about cocaine and not carbohydrates. Like, it's so frustrating. It's, especially because I feel like I have it in me to be like a fully disgusting person, you know? But it's like, it's hard because I know a lot of guys that are like, you know, I just love jerking off and playing video games, and I'm going to do that for the next 5 years, and I'm a straight white guy, so I know that somebody will still give me a cool job at the end of that time. And I know that being a straight white man is something that people are, you know, people who care about social justice, everyone's supposed to be really mad about that, and I am. But it also just sounds super relaxing, you know? Everything about it sounds relaxing. Like, even I watch guys scratch their nuts all the time. Like, they think that we don't know because of this, like, fucking pocket shit or something. Like, it's like, okay, even if you put your hand in your pocket, I can still tell that you're scratching your nuts. Like, I can't scratch my vagina, and that is not because it doesn't itch, okay? If anything, it itches more because I had to, like, shave the sides of it to please the patriarchy or something. Like, I don't know, dude. This guy told me that he was fucking scared to eat my pussy because I have pubic hair. I'm scared. That's the word that he used. I had to gently remind that man that men used to have to fight wars, okay? So I trimmed it up a little bit. Like, it's still feminist, but it's not antagonistic anymore. And I feel like I lost something. I don't know. But it's like, again, you know, it's like I feel slut shamed a lot too. You know, it's like the other day this friend of mine was telling me, he's like, hey, listen, dude, I'm really worried about you. You've been having a lot of one night stands. I'm like, I appreciate your concern, but do you seriously think that I should fuck all those douchebags again? That sounds real time consuming. You just read all these think pieces about, like, you know, oh, hookup culture is so bad for women because these lying, cheating, misogynistic men have sex with ladies and then they just leave. And I'm just like, I don't know, am I supposed to long for the good old days when lying, cheating, misogynistic men had sex with ladies and then stayed forever? Like, like if you met a shitty guy, you used to be able to have like 3 kids with him and then try to collect alimony. Oh, those were the times. I just feel weird when I feel like guys are trying to take out their aggression towards ladies on me in bed. You know, we can't fight the entire battle of sexes inside my vagina. That will give me a urinary tract infection. But this dude that I sleep with sometimes, he'll say shit to me. He'll be like, I want to destroy that pussy. I'm like, okay, you know what? Vaginas are pretty resilient, my friend. We got menstruation, we got childbirth. You are not going to destroy that pussy. If it makes you feel any better, you have had a pretty negative impact on my life. That's the best I can do for you. Sorry. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I love you.
Kay Willett, everybody. We got a few more people. I'm gonna tell some more jokes. We're gonna wrap it up with a song, guys. It's gonna be great. I'd like to bring up next comic, ladies and gentlemen, Jane Harrison.
Oh, guys, I was so bitter that I didn't get a set on this show, and it all turned around, and now I love everybody. Oopsies daisies. Oh, guys, I went to my first comedy show here. And I did my first comedy set here. And I have met 4 out of 5 of my last sexual partners here. So this place has really meant a lot to me, you know? Who's poor? You guys must be poor, right? You're here. I can't imagine anything. I'm poor, so I ride the bus. I was riding the bus the other morning. I was waiting on the bus stop, and a guy drove by and he yelled out at me. He yelled, I want to stick my dick in your hot mouth. There's no punchline. I'm just bragging. I'm just proud of myself. You know, I work hard. I deserve compliments, you know? It's funny to me about harassing ladies because I've never had sex with someone because they yelled something vaguely sexually threatening at me. I have had sex with someone when they made me feel better about my insecurities. So, like, if you were on a corner and you yelled out, like, "Your dad's actually proud of you," I would love you on that corner for sure, skis. I want to talk a little bit about judgment. Judgment is terrible. I've learned a lot in this basement. I've learned how to judge less and judge a little bit more in other ways. Basically on the smell of men that I encounter, because it happens down here a lot. I've judged women in my life, especially women who like tight ass. You know these women. I got that. It's girls I meet in the back of lift lines. Like we had I really do hope this floods like that creepy like anti-drug ad from the 90s. It's just like those girls in the back. They're like I had a fat night. I had a burrito. Or my favorite is we both lost our phones. That's a good one. I've heard that a couple times. I've always thought that those girls were dumb because I talk like this. I have what they call in the business lady comedian voice, which is very like, ha, 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 ha. Like it sounds like I got kicked in the throat as a kid and was like, I hope my brother's friends like me. So I've always thought that I was smarter than these girls that I've encountered. And I'm wrong. And here's why. I was at a show quite like this. There was like a good crowd. And they're all very attentive. And in the back, there are 3 of these girls. We'll call them a gaggle of Megans. Right in the back. And they were all very drunk. And they were just talking to each other. You fucking cunt. You fucking, you piece of shit. You fucking, but Devin doesn't even want to fucking finger you. Just like that. And my friend was on stage, Tori Van Gogh, he was telling a joke. He said, he was talking, and he said, yeah, you know, my sister's a scientist. And all 3 girls spun around and went, woo! Woo! They wooted. Like a woot that you reserve for your birth control being half off, or Beyonce. Like that kind of woot. They wooted so hard. And he stopped, and he was understandably intrigued. And he asked them, he's like, are you guys scientists? And one of them, the leader, leaned forward and she went, neuroscience! What? And I just never thought, it never occurred to me that somebody like, I went to Yale! Like it just... But I should know better. I'm from the South. I know plenty of people with like beautiful Southern accents. When they say anything, someone thinks they're stupid. They could be a lawyer and they'd be like, objection, Your Honor. And some dick would be like, what a fucking dumb asshole. Like it just happens all the time. But it's still terrifying to me that one day somebody is going to come out of an OR and they're going to be like, we did everything we could. But your mom didn't make it. Okay, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much. Is Kevin down here? Am I fucking up the order? I didn't get a light, so should I keep going? Okay, I'm going to keep. Do you guys, this is what I call the Claire O'Kane. When I was leaving the house today, I was like, what should I wear? And I was like, what would Claire wear? And it was a crop top and high-waisted jeans. I love this place. This place has fueled my soul, and I'm gonna cry super hard tonight when I let my feelings come up. Because as a comedian, I've been pushing them down for years. Push those feelings down. I look good without them feelings. Bitches look crazy when they got feelings. I want to be real chill. What is this water? Oh my god. If I drink it, do you think I could live here forever? Is it some kind of like fountain of youth that we haven't discovered? Is that what the techies are drinking? They just get to live forever, just like drinking our souls. Well, lick it up, baby. I'm done. Kevin O'Shea, thank you so much. Love you guys.
Jane Harrison, everybody. Let's keep this train chugging along. So big welcome, Jake Adams, everybody.
Hi. You guys doing okay? Feeling good about all your choices? As a whole? People seem to really like this place, huh? I've never been here before. It's my first time. I don't know, it's cool, I guess. How's that dude who just has no affiliation to this at all, just like shits on everything that's going on? This guy comes here in his sports hat. Starts causing a ruckus. Big jock guy, you know? I don't know. Just trying to be cool. For real, I'm like wearing a blanket right now. It's not always easy to like make those choices, right? To like try to like fit in, like follow a trend. Like in high school, I used to ask to use the bathroom every single period so I could go and put water in my hair. Because I thought cool kids had wet hair. Turns out cool kids just use gel. That's what the cool kids were doing. I am a little bit better than you guys. I did grow up super wealthy. Yeah. So just know that. Feel that. I'm from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Yeah. If you're not familiar with Cape Cod, picture a sailboat, and you got it. To summarize how much money my family had growing up, the only fight I was ever in was with a boy named Telemachus Arthur. And it was on a dock after sailing practice. At one point, I remember showing up to school wearing 2 pop collars. Like no undershirt, just 2 pop collars, and nobody really said anything. It's the kind of wealth you're looking at. Except for the only person who like said anything was the first openly gay teacher that I had at the time. His name was Mr. Buckler. And I remember after class he pulled me aside and he was like, "Hey, don't do that." You guys vape?
Yeah.
You in the vape game? You vape, bro?
Yeah, sure.
People get real aggressive when talking about vaping. It's just kind of like the Ed Hardy of this generation. I have a friend that says that he quit smoking because he just vapes now. I think that you're still a smoker, it's just now you wear tighter shirts. I was at a party and this guy walked in and he was like, "Does anybody have a vape charger?" I was like, "No, but I am gonna leave this party." That's it from you guys. Thanks a lot.
Guys, your next comic had just released an album called Daddy Issues. Oh, yes. Which is also the name of an album that any of my ex-girlfriends would probably release. Let's have a big welcome for Matt Gubser, everybody.
Full disclosure, I paid to be on this show.
I saw you on that check.
For the opportunity to pass you guys out flyers for a show that I run about 4 blocks from here. Take one and pass it down. Because this is technically no longer a competitor. every Thursday, 9 o'clock on Albion between 16th and 17th, Valencia and Guerrero. If this place is a little bit too fancy for you, you're gonna love my show. So, with all their posters and their fake bricks, we don't dress it up. So, but it's a good show. My name is Matt. It's probably on the flyer you're gonna see. How are you guys doing? You guys doing good? You guys are hanging in here. We are 5 hours into this 2-hour show. Is that what's happening? This is like a conversation you're having to not break. This is what this is. This is us drawing out a conversation at the end of a relationship to not deal with what comes next. All right, jokes. I think I've spent like half of my time, and I paid good money to be here, like I mentioned. Like not Cape Cod money, but I have kids. This thing just happened in my kid's school recently, my kid in junior high, where the sheriffs were called to the school because 2 8th graders had sent each other nude pictures over their phones. Which when you're 13 is still technically child pornography. So law enforcement got involved, and my daughter was talking to me about this, and I realized I had never had the sexting talk with my 13-year-old. I had talked about it with my older daughter, but it was like, while I was busy congratulating myself for getting that one out of the way, I was like, oh, there's another one after that. God damn it. But she told me about this, and it was this boy and this girl. They exchanged nude photos. I'm like, what kind of fucking school is this? Where they are not even teaching basic economics. That is not an even exchange. Dick pics are Confederate currency. They're literally worthless to all but a very small group of creepy old men. But this is happening, and it made me think, because this is my kid. I'm like, what else have I not talked to her about? So I just went into like parental Tourette's mode, where she just be like, hey, did you get ready for bed? Did you brush your teeth? Okay. Also, never date a muscular man with skinny legs. That man is a coward. He's only concerned with public appearances. He will leave you the minute things get tough. Do not trust him. My kids all go to a Catholic school, which is weird for me because I'm not a religious person. Like, I don't trust religion. Because most people, like, this just happened. Justice Scalia died. There was a case where he would not rule that involved DNA evidence. He would not rule on it because he said he didn't trust the biology. Because he's a conservative Christian, and he's conservative enough that evolution is not real, and if you don't believe in evolution, you don't believe the whole field of biology, because they're basically the same thing. So I was like, the facts that you accept are based on your religion, but your religion is based almost entirely on where you're born. Like, I don't think that's how facts are supposed to work. I don't think they're supposed to be geographically based. Like, we live in where are we? We're in San Francisco. We're in a city named after a Catholic priest. We were in the Mission, named after a mission. That's not because Jesus was extra real here. It's because 500 years ago, the Catholic Church was ISIS. Like, hey, we're your new neighbors. You believe in Jesus now. Oh, what's that? No? Can you poke him with a sword again? You believe now? We're going to need some fire here. Still doesn't believe. Like, if you're raised religious, it's not because God's real where you're from. It just means your ancestors were the least flammable members of their tribe. It's just... All right, that's a good note to end on. Thank you, guys. I will see you every Thursday.
Matt Gubser. That was me $20, you guys. Next comic tomorrow night. If you love comedy and you are in the greater Sunnyvale area, He will be opening up for Brendan Walsh, Rooster Teeth Feathers, the most memorably named comedy club in North America. So a big welcome for Jules Bowser, everybody!
Oh boy, thank you so much. I'm so glad I made it. I drove quite recklessly in the rain to get here from Sunnyvale. I was like, they have the technology to put me back together down here. I'm gonna risk it. I will make it to the cave. To the cave. And I'm here. Hell yeah. I didn't know that was going on. That's pretty hot. Well, it's not. Well, I'll get into the political stuff too because I got a lot to say. I'm a dude in a hat, baseball hat. Very important thoughts underneath this hat I got, especially because it's the best hat you can have. Right, San Francisco? Okay. Well, here's the thing. I've been a proponent of butt stuff now for over a decade, and as a straight male, I think that's pretty big of me, because that's the thing. It's really got a negative kind of spin to it. We almost had a huge ally on our side. I don't know if you guys follow the tabloids. We almost had Kanye West on our team. That would have been fucking huge. Are you kidding me? Dude, if we had Kanye West on our side, it's like, yeah, man, finger in the butt, and then I made College Dropout. You guys would all be fucking losing your minds for the shit. Because he would have started a revolution, and what could I really do? Start a dialogue? Who wants that? Fucking dialogues are weak, dude. Fuck your dialogues. I just want to fucking, get in there. But the thing is that was aggressive for butt stuff, huh? Gotta ease it in and just relax. But the thing is, I don't like the negative stigma that it has attached to it. I hate it when dudes are just like, I would never let a girl touch my butt, man. That shit's gay. Dude, it's 2016. You don't like a finger in your butt? You're gay. That's the gayest shit I've ever heard. All right? What? You don't like to come super hard, you little bitch? Get a finger in there. That's all I'm trying to say here. That's my agenda. So I'm running for mayor. Running for mayor of San Francisco Lake. I live in LA now. Okay, I live in LA. I live alone, which is a weird thing to transition to after you talk about experimenting with your butt. I live by myself. No one tells you how lonely it can be. It's pretty lonely. I'm just there flipping eggs perfectly with no one to high five. Just no one can take in the glory. Just didn't crack the yolk. Where's my love? That's why I've just live streamed myself making my eggs over easy, and then I fucking to the camera. I still have the hat on because I'm still ashamed of my haircut. I've been relegated to this hat for 3 weeks, and holy fuck, I wish things went better in that chair that day. It was a big deal for me. I sheared it all off, and then I felt like, if you ever see a poodle shaved, that's what I felt like. I was like a real intelligent, smart, lovable dog, and then I just looked like some weird dog. That's what a poodle looks like without its hair. Living alone, one thing that is cool is that I can practice my autoerotic asphyxiation in peace. Finally, tired of people walking in on me when I'm getting my swag on. That's a weird way. Whatever. Little swingling, And the thing is, autoerotic asphyxiation is hard to perfect, But if you see me dead on the news one day, you'll know. I fucking nailed it. Nailed it. Oh my God, that guy. How did Jules go out? No, he just rode a wave of ecstasy straight to the gates of heaven. And he's a Jew, so I don't know, he's going to Christian heaven. He's so bold. How about that? What a dope guy. Guys, he just died doing what he loved. What else did man, this is so neat. I'm glad all you guys are here. How romantic, right? It was all rainy and shit, and I almost hit John Cusack with my car finally. That'd have been a real dream come true. I did see a bicyclist hit a car. That was great because it was a real. Anyway, that's just my own simple pleasure. Bicyclist. That's one reason I'm glad I'm not here anymore. And that and the choking. Anyway, I I'm glad I made it down here because this room is the best room in the country. I have performed like pretty much like any place that considers itself to have a comedy scene. This room is the best in the country by a lot. I ran a bunch of shows in San Francisco before I left, but I would always make sure that anyone visiting San Francisco, I was like, if you're from out of town, you gotta hit up George, you gotta hit up Kevin, you have to do Cynic Cave. It's just the best show in the best room. This room's really meant a lot to a lot of people. I think a lot of us have really, I know it's like cliche, and I'm sure somebody said it earlier. Someone else white said it earlier. We really grew up in this room. I think a lot of us, if these walls could talk, they'd be like, you know, what Dave Jules was talking about being half Latino. Next thing I know, he's choking himself to death. Look at how much we've grown in these walls. These walls have a lot of palpable sexual energy. But yeah, this has been it's been a real treat having this room. It's sad that it's going to be going, but also it's going to be kind of tight because like anybody in San Francisco that starts comedy from this day forward is not going to have this, and we're all going to be like, yeah, you're not shit. You never performed at the Cave, right? You little bitch, so shut up. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We miss you guys.
I don't know what's happening, but Kevin O'Shea, everyone. Kevin O'Shea.
Jules Klausner in the tightest of fives, you guys. That is all the comedians we have, but I feel like we'd be remiss if I did not do more material. Let's do a little bit of time, wrap it up with a song. That's how I think we're gonna go out. Semisonic George, maybe you should tell NATO. Allison's ready on it. We got this. I don't know, you know. Adam, you got any songs we can sing? Anybody know the words to Sluttering? George is the only person who laughed at that. I thought we'd have a fucking jawbreaker crowd. If there's one fucking show you could do a jawbreaker joke in America, this would be it, you guys. It's the end. Does anybody have any Engine 88 jokes? Yeah, there's a couple of people laughing on that. I'm going to stop before I call J Church and Judah. J Church is a great band. You should listen to that. People groaned me on that. So you're in the right. I'm in the wrong. There was no actual joke. I'm just, Adam, do you want to do any magic tricks? He doesn't have his cards. George, just have it ready. I'm going to tell I'm literally am going to tell a couple jokes. Unless you have a fucking hook to take me off stage. Guys, I've been putting up with this for 3.5 years, all right? Deserve to tell a couple jokes. I don't live in San Francisco anymore, but I did write a lot of jokes about living in San Francisco. And I want to finish them off. This one starts with, I live in San Francisco. That's a lie, but you need to believe it for this joke. I live in San Francisco, so you know what that means. I just got a new roommate. It's an adorable little pigeon building a nest outside of my bathroom. First, I was excited about it. I thought he was like going to bring like some element of nature into my life, you know, make me feel like some country living in the city life of mine. Until he just starts invading my bathroom and pecking at me and trying to chase me out of my own bathroom. I feel like he's just like a little bird version of an art student, just gentrifying my bathroom, just pushing me out of my bathroom. He's going to build a little coffee shop in my bathroom. He's going to build like a Star Chirps or something like that, making lattes for birds. I don't know what kind of coffee drinks birds drink, but they're going to make them there, and they're going to serve them. You guys shouldn't laugh. I'm you know, there's a lot of jokes about gentrification in San Francisco, but I kind of feel like unless you're an Ohlone Indian, they're the only people who are gentrified out of San Francisco. Is that too sad? The rest of us, I'm tired of white people talking about how they're being gentrified out by other white people. Like they're just doing what you do better, all right? Just like game, respect, game. Just fucking suck it up and move out like everybody else, like I did. It's one of those things. You do it. It's just the only, like, people are like, San Francisco is changing. San Francisco has changed so much. And you know what? The only thing that never changes about San Francisco is people complaining about San Francisco changing. That's the one fucking permanent. I went on a date with this girl and she kept on talking about, like, the mission has changed. The mission has changed so much. And I was like, oh yeah, it has. Like, how long have you lived in the mission? And she's like, I've lived in the mission for 8 months. And it's like, yeah, it's just a fucking mask you can wear. You can just say the mission, because it is changed. Like, everything's changed. It's changed. Yeah, it's changed from yesterday. Yesterday it was Tuesday, and now it's Wednesday. Like, the mission is fucking changed. You know, they just keep opening fancy eyeglass stores everywhere. That's what they do. That's how many fancy eyeglass stores are in the mission now? You guys live here, I know. There's like 5, 6, 7. There is a bubble going on. There's a fancy eyeglasses bubble. I'm sad to say this is the last Cynic Cave show that's happening because we're actually turning this basement into a fancy eyeglasses store, you guys. That joke was a lot funnier when it wasn't actually the last Cynic Cave show. I'm fucking part of it. I'm a gentrifier. I am. This is how I gentrify. I have opinions about coffee. That's how I gentrify. Yeah, I do. I have opinions about coffee. Like Kenyan, no thank you. And weirdly, that's the same opinion I have about long distance runners. I don't know why. It works the same for both. I like coffee so much. I only go to coffee places where they make it 1 cup at a time. It's like, why make enough coffee for everybody and no one has to wait for coffee when you can just make coffee 1 cup at a time and just wait. And just wait. And that's what I was doing. I was waiting and waiting. Until finally I was the second person in line. Technically I'm still waiting, but that's where the story picks back up. There's one person in front of me. He goes up. He orders iced tea. Guess what? They don't serve iced tea, but that doesn't stop him. He is yelling for iced tea. He's calling people idiots like they were the ones who were waiting 20 minutes for iced tea at a place that doesn't serve iced tea. Finally, he freaks out so much, he just storms out. Not all the way out. He just stops at the door. Like, he's at the frame of the door. He's neither inside the cafe, neither is he outside the cafe. He's like the Schrodinger's cat of his cafe, just some half reality. And he turns back in and he just shouts, "You know what? That's 20 minutes of my life I'm never getting back." And what blew my mind is he is right. That is 20 minutes of his life that he's never getting back. Because, guys, there are absolutely 0 minutes of your life that you get back. None of them. They're all gone. They're done. They're just spent. It's life. It's not T-Mobile. There are no rollover minutes in life. It doesn't work like that. You just use all the minutes and then they're gone. And then you die. It just ends. Like, it's like this joke. There's no big punchline. I just remind you guys that we're all going to die and try to change the subject as quickly as possible. I guess what I'm trying to say is life is like my penis. So hard. Guys, have you ever noticed how Asperger's makes your pee smell weird? I told that joke wrong. Guys, fuck it. Let's end this. Let's get everybody up. Let's semi-sonic this up. Allison, Nato, George, Tasha Scott, Adam, Chrissy, Jeremy. Where's Dave? Where is Dave?
It's Nato's birthday. Give up Nato's birthday.
You guys get up here. It's Nato's birthday?
Yeah, Claire's birthday.
Claire, get up here too. It's your birthday. You don't have to go home, but you don't say dear.
Closing
Maybe I'll
time.
get a little touchy on his birthday.
One last call for alcohol to finish your whiskey or beer.
Hey guys, this has been amazing. Like I had no idea I'd spent so many years of my life working on this place. And I drove up from Los Angeles because like this was my fucking town. Like dozens of my friends drove up from Los Angeles to be part of this. It's amazing. It blows my mind. The fact that you're all here, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's beautiful. And this, guys, this is over. Don't be sad. Make great shit with your life and share it with the people you care about. Do something fucking worthwhile and present it to the world. I've always subscribed to the philosophy. Places are great, but it's the people you fucking remember, alright? We've been beautiful people. The places are good. All these people are still here. Share this beautiful people with your life. George is gonna sing. I did it now. You don't know but you can't. Yeah. I know I want to take me home. I know I want to take me home. I know I want to take me home. Take me home. You can't stay here. Fuck, I cannot stay here. Go home as a stranger. Take a lift, take an Uber. There's coupon codes on this event page. Definitely take Closing time. Time for you to go out to the places you will be from. I know I want to take me home. I know I want to take me home. I know I want to take me home. Take me home. Closing time. Every new beginning through some other beginnings.
Oh yeah. Very excited. Not over yet. Could I throw one last tail?